Alright, let's resume some Umineko. And we should be finishing episode 1 today. So, hi! Let's go! So, last time, as a quick synopsis for what happened, everyone locked themselves up in the grandpa's room so that whoever was killing them wouldn't get to them. But when they went to go look at a picture of Beatrice, whoever wasn't near the painting set down a letter that was from the witch. So now they think one of the people that was not in front of the poster when that happened is... Oh, add during recap. Shit. Ba 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 ba. Add over? Okay. So yeah. They hold themselves up into their grandfather's room to escape the killer so that they could wait it out until tomorrow morning. But Natsuhi had like a system, I guess, where she had set something down before looking at the poster of Beatrice. And when they looked back from looking at the poster of Beatrice, they saw a letter from the witch was there. So whoever set down that letter wasn't one of the people that was looking at the poster of Beatrice at that time. And also, it was revealed that there's like this epitaph that's on Beatrice's poster. And that initially they thought it was a clue to their grandfather's buried gold. But it turns out it's a ritual to revive the dead. And their grandfather wanted to revive his concubine / secret lover from being dead by sacrificing everyone in the house to do it. So now they're kind of like, well, shit, we're fucked. And the witch sent them a letter telling them to praise her name. And yeah, I think they have to come to accept that they're probably gonna die. Oh yeah, thank you for that. They locked themselves in Grandpa's study, but when they looked at the portrait of Beatrice, the letter suddenly appeared on the desk. Natsuhi saw Battler, Jessica, and George already up at the painting when she set a can down on the table. No letter. So she kicked out everyone else. Yeah. So Battler, Jessica, and George are safe. They're not the killer. But everyone else is suspected for that. So yeah. Aunt Natsuhi didn't tell them to leave with her own words. But with wordless pressure, she induced them to say that themselves. Because if Dr. Nanjo didn't say those words, this cold silence would surely continue forever. Calm yourself, Natsuhi-san. Still, I understand your feelings well. I myself feel like there's something wrong with my head after all of these strange repeated incidents. I vote Maria goes first, Law. No! Protect the baby! I like her! She's just a little crazed, a little occult obsessed, but I mean, who has not been occult obsessed when you were a child, right? So I understand well why you want to suspect us. If you really have nothing to do with this, then my actions now would be beyond rude. However, please understand just this once. Very well. I'm occult obsessed, but not a Chunibyo like Maria. The poor thing hopes to die. I can't even joke about it, yeah. I can't really make jokes about Maria, cause like she's lived like a rough life with like her abusive mom and like being bullied for like her autism and all that. So I just can't get behind bullying her. Let's leave the room. What do you say, Genji-san? Shall we return to the parlor and continue our chess game? If that is what you wish, by all means. I don't want to. After all, that means we'll have to leave this room knowing that the wolf is among us, right? I don't want to, madame. Please forgive me. I'm kind of sussing the most on her, to be honest. So yeah, don't let Kumasawa stay with us. It was obvious what Kumasawa-san was trying to say. If she was innocent, then she was being ejected into dangerous territory along with the culprit. In the current situation, urging her to leave this room along with the suspects was almost exactly the same as letting her get killed. However, Kumasawa-san really was suspicious just for being the first one to discover that Kanan-kun had been murdered. Right? Maybe it's less of bullying and more like she scares me, and when afraid I naturally end up being vile tongue. Old lady is sus too, not gonna lie, yeah. She's the most sus right now, at least of this group that is getting kicked out, for me. At that time, everyone except Kumasawa-san had an alibi. Unless we could prove the existence of some contraption, or the existence of some 19th person, Kumasawa-san was by far the most likely suspect. I didn't want to believe it. However, Aunt Natsuhi and the rest of us were in such a difficult situation that we couldn't help suspecting her as well. I was never occult obsessed, but I don't hate Maria, yeah. There was like this post on like Twitter that was like, if people hate a certain character, like, it sends you red flags, and I saw someone retweet it with like an image of Maria, and yeah, I agree. I just can't hate Maria. So he didn't say anything to stop Aunt Natsuhi from trying to oppressively chase them from the room. We had stopped her from shooting, but we were passively agreeing to chase the others out of the room. On top of that, Maria spoke to the fretful Kumasawa-san.
It's okay. Beatrice is kind to those who respect her. You believe that Beatrice exists. So, it'll definitely be okay. I'll watch TV in the parlor. Let's watch it together. Let's go watch Higurashi. It's so boring here without TV.
It looked like Kumasawa found Maria's roguish laugh very frightening. However, the three other people had agreed to leave the room. Maria, don't watch Higurashi. Yeah, you're too young to watch that stuff, Maria. Kumasawa couldn't fight the flow and had to agree, crying as she went. Yeah, I don't trust Kumasawa. I really don't trust her. I don't trust like that. Well then, Natsuhi-san. That will be all for tonight. Let us meet again tomorrow. Yes. Please understand, at least for tonight. When the police come, all of us will surely apologize for our rudeness. You may play chess, but do it in a safe place if you can. Genji, I leave them in your hands. Certainly. It can't be helped, can it? They always say that the most frightening bears are those with their children. Genji, Kumasawa, my sincere apologies. Let us meet again tomorrow. Maria-chan too. Please forgive your cold aunt.
Ugh! I forgive you. Ugh!
Madam, the keys to this room. I will hand both over to you. Genji-san pulled 2 golden keys from his pocket and handed them to Aunt Natsuhi. And I will also hand over my bundle of keys to the inside of the mansion. He took out a bundle of 10 keys of various shapes and handed it over. Oh no, Maria can't hear us. She's wearing her AirPods. AirPods didn't even exist in the 1980s. Damn, how'd you get that, Maria? To the servants, those keys were probably proof of their position. Being placed in charge of those keys meant that they were trusted, relied upon. Magic! Of course the keys are gold. Well, that's nice of Beatrice to give her, like, modern-day technology. When they were forced to return them, it meant that they had lost that trust. Thinking about it this way, to Genji-san, who had worked here for a span of many years, there could be no greater shame. We don't know how, but she said Beatrice gave her thumbs up in my mind. However, Genji-san's usual indifferent expression remained on his face. Genji, I had planned that, after father passed away, I would reward you with your many years of hard work and allow you to retire. To treat you like this makes me feel ashamed from the bottom of my heart. I have already received the Master's favor. Everything I have done until today has been in repayment for that. Please, do not worry over it. I'll be honest with you, I kinda just have this stream running in the background for Umineko because this ain't my bag, but I keep wondering to myself, how fucking long has this girl had this shotgun? I think it's been a day since she's had it, I think. Well then, shall we, everyone? Good night to you all. A few hours now. I've never not tabbed into her with the shotgun out.
Good night. Good night to you too, Battler.
Maria? Wait a sec. Knowledge of guilt made me call Maria back. I groped around in my pocket and took out that scorpion keychain. This repels magic, right? Wear it. Okay, so he never got rid of it. I'm more worried why Natsuki is always pointing the gun to everyone. Like, girl, please, that's bound to cause a mishap. I'm surprised she hasn't shot anyone by now, honestly. I thought she totally was when she was having them face the wall.
Didn't you say you dropped it?
Back then, I got ticked off and just bluffed that I'd lost it. There's no way I'd lose the precious charm you gave me. Maria silently took the charm. Ooh, spotted. Oomphy spotted. I was unable to say anything after that. Well then, everyone, good night to you. I'm surprised she hasn't died while holding it. Who wants to bet, like, everyone that got kicked out is gonna die except for Maria, and it's only because of the scorpion, but everyone's gonna think it's Maria? Who wants to bet that? We watched them leave, our expressions completely worn out, and we weren't even able to respond. Yep, bet, for sure. Natsu isn't insane, just scared, yeah. I'm surprised she hasn't died while holding it. Well, like, who could fight back against a lady with a shotgun, though? Until the door closed and we heard the auto lock, we were unable to breathe. Then, we were finally allowed to take a breath. After that, I noticed that Beatrice's letter, which I had been gripping the whole time, and which was soaked with my sweat, actually had 2 sheets. The paper had been tightly stuck together, so I'd mistakenly thought that there was only one. My brother in Christ, you roasted me for saying that about Maria. I'm sorry, Twy. There were no characters on the second sheet. Oh, it's the Triforce, oh my god! The thing drawn there was a magic circle, written with a red ink like blood. There's also the thing, given that she's the less sus, she will die for sure. Just like how every magic circle up until then had been different. This magic circle was one I'd never laid eyes on before. I was like, Maria will be the most sus one, and you said, look at Twice, scared of children. No wonder he has no maidens. Inside the circle, a large triangle, a large Triforce, and a small triangle were fit together in a simple design. But just as before, there was writing in Hebrew, and it seemed clear that it held some kind of meaning. Rip, they drove out the one person who could translate that letter. Welp! I wanted to know what that could be, but we had just chased Maria, the only person who could understand the meaning of magic circles, out of the room. Well, time to get fucked and die then. This is probably like a summoning circle for Beatrice. I thought of this magic circle as Beatrice's second message. What does this magic circle mean? Damn it! Is that triangle circle from the first Silent Hill game? After chasing out all the suspicious people, all we had to do was stay barricaded here until morning, and everything would probably be over. Once the typhoon is past, when the seagulls cry, will everything be resolved? But the letter, which had unexpectedly appeared in the study, forced us to reject that naivete. It had made it very clear that if time ran out, it would mean the witch's victory. It means something. Oh, thank you. Is it? It looks close, just missing some of the symbols in the eye. Ah. So Silent Hill has the Triforce in it? When time runs out, is the witch planning to take on the offensive? This time, is she planning to display some fierceful magical power? Maybe something that could have been used to kill 6 adults at once? It's at least based off a basic occult circle. Wait, when is time supposed to run out anyway?
Isn't it supposed to run out tonight?
I don't know. Anything? With this, we should finally be safe. Are you sure? Finally. Definitely. Even as she said that, Aunt Natsuki couldn't stop gripping that rifle. There was no release in the tension of her expression. Honestly, it's good that you didn't, like, lighten up with the shotgun, Natsuki. I think you should keep holding on to that shotgun until you're out of there. Yeah, it's called the miraculous magic called undisclosed information. Of course, none of us felt like breathing a sigh of relief. At least, not until we could hear the cry of the seagulls once more. Putting down the shotgun won't help them solve things. Exactly. That shoddy keeping her alive till she dies. Shoddy like a melody in my head. Got me shooting my family, singing like la da 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 every day. Like my non-existent because it's 1980s iPod stuck in replay, play. Okay, so it's almost midnight, so something fucked up is gonna happen soon. After we chased them out, nobody wanted to say anything. All the suspicious ones had been driven away. Even though we knew there might be some innocence among them, we still did it. We chased them out of this paradise. Oh, I remember this symbol. It looks like it's the seal of Metatron in Silent Hill 1. Noble voice, fuck you. We chased them out of this paradise where people don't have to suspect each other. But our motive for chasing them out was suspicion of one person towards another. The worst kind of crime for a human. If we had accepted the existence of a 19th person of the witch, then we all might still be talking face to face, trusting in each other. In that instant, we had agreed to chase out all of the suspicious people. But had that been the right thing to do? During this endless silence, we could do nothing but be quietly tormented by that sin. I don't know if it's just me, but does like this song give anyone else like kind of like Kingdom Hearts vibes? Aunt Natsuhi faced the door without letting go of her rifle for even an instant, sitting far back in the sofa. She would probably spend the night staring at the door without a wink of sleep. But for the actual symbol, it's the alchemy spell circle. Ah, alchemy, huh? We gonna combine a person with a dog then? George Aniki gazed through a gap in the closed curtains by the window. Unfortunately, Ava already died, so we can't combine a human with a bitch. Looking down at the courtyard and the mansion that surrounded it, I didn't know whether he was checking to see if a suspicious shadow would become visible through the window, or whether he was wondering to himself about something. Jessica was sitting sideways on the sofa next to Aunt Natsuhi, with a dead expression on her face. Kind of. A rage thing written in the circle allows a transformation of something. Interesting. So maybe someone will transform into Beatrice. Sounds like Kingdom Hearts, close to Riku or Kairi or Hikari themes. Every once in a while, as though she just remembered something, she'd take out the inhaler she had used during her asthma attack and stick it in her mouth. I just heard it from Aniki, but apparently Jessica liked Kanon-kun. It was apparently so vague that she hadn't realized it herself. You know, it's the kind of thing other people tend to spot before the person in question realizes it. Which means she might have first learned of her feelings when the person she liked died. Must have been so terrible, so sad. Come to think of it, Kanon-kun was the one who handed her that inhaler. Maybe she was remembering that. I was fishing around Grandfather's study, thinking I'd research the meaning of the magic circle on the letter's second sheet. Even though we were shut up here in a defensive position, my rebellious nature made me want to find some key, some way to resist. After all, we've got plenty of time before tomorrow morning. Are you sure? Who could fault me for how I used that time? No one else showed that much interest in this magic circle. Its meaning was unknown, and once we understood it, we were sure to find some message that would cause us unnecessary anguish. You could always solve the epitaph that Beatrice asked you to do, maybe. Yeah! That sounds like a good idea. I felt the same way. However, I couldn't just ignore it, so I killed time by going through the motions of researching it. Also, I'm gonna take a guess on the magic circle. I'm gonna guess whoever has it either turns into Beatrice, or maybe... Because I'm assuming this game goes through a loop like Higurashi. Whoever holds onto it will retain memories of the loop. That's gonna be my guesses. Because Battler has it right now, so I would assume he would remember stuff. Maybe. You sure are enthusiastic. Did you find anything that might serve as a hint? Not a thing. The first tough part is finding a book written in Japanese. So how many languages could Grandfather read? He's incredible. Aren't you tired, Battler-kun? You should take a rest while someone else stays awake. Aunt Natsuhi said she'd stay up all night for us, but there's no way her body can handle that. We should take turns sleeping. My guess is it's used to turn something in the room into a familiar, or to change the seal on the room into a curse or something. Oh, that's a good idea. Especially if it is an alchemy circle, like you said, that like transforms something. Then you sleep first, Aniki. I'll keep researching till I get sleepy. You mean that magic circle just now? Yeah. We've got plenty of time to kill. I thought it'd be interesting to find out what kind of message Beatrice Sama put in it. Oh, he's calling her Beatrice Sama now, huh? Give it a rest. Okay, but have you considered that magic doesn't exist and familiars are fake? That sounds like someone that doesn't see love. Mess around with stuff like that and you'll end up getting possessed by something weird. Ugh, magic is real! Ugh. Yeah, magic is real! Don't worry. I've been certified by Maria. She said I got no spiritual talent at all. The bottom 2 points and sides each are a word or object of certain material, but the top point is the one that everything transmutes to. Interesting. So it might be turning 2 things into something? It's either 2 people or 2 things will become something. Were we too cruel to Maria? All I can say is that you should mind how previous magic circles were revealed to have been used for. Let's see. So, the first one was a lock, right? Were they all locks, actually? I forgot what the one in Ava's room was. I know the first one on the shutter was like a lock. Jessica, you mustn't think that now. But Mom, if Maria wasn't involved and there's a culprit besides her, then she's obviously a soft target for the murderer. Yep, a lock, a seal, and so... Is it to keep them from getting out? If she's killed because of this, then we've just left her to die. It's okay, she's got the scorpion. A gloomy silence settled once again. So I think we're the ones that are gonna get killed. Maybe. It looked like Jessica regretted letting her emotions take hold of her and snapping at Maria. Because it always tends to be the people that the seal is near dying. Although we have it on us, so... Before it was locking the door outside of the crime scene, but now it's inside a room, so I don't know. Anyway, thank you for the hydrate, Twi. The first one to keep things locked, second one locked the room, but allowed one to make a door in the locked room. Interesting. So yeah, this has to be a seal then. Keep something out, or keep something in. She's always been like that. Always acting tough and regretting it later. I understand how you feel, but Maria was in close contact with the culprit. And she might have been siding with them, talking like that over and over, to further confuse matters. I am relieved that we chased them out. It's pretty harsh, Aunt Natsuki. The magic circle was used to free the user from their bonds. The magic circle in Ava's room was used to open any door and give the user the power of observation. Oh, really? Huh. Now I don't even know. Couldn't it have just been the nonsense of a 9-year-old girl? Yeah. So this has to do something with a seal, but also do something in the room. And this is the grandfather's room, too. Probably wasn't very convincing to hear that coming from me. I myself thought Maria was creepy on several occasions, even doubting her true nature. And when Maria was chased out of this room, I couldn't deny I'd felt some relief. If that is the case, then tomorrow we will apologize for what we did. If we'll even see tomorrow. You guys keep talking about tomorrow. I don't think tomorrow's coming, buddy. So this could probs break a charm or allow access to a place sealed off, I guess. Okay, so we're not safe, basically. Yeah, I think I could see that, especially since this is supposed to be like the sacred place that no one can get in. So if this mitigates a seal, then we're fucked. I'll take full responsibility for chasing them out of this room. And this isn't something the rest of you have to worry about. I could feel a tragic determination in Aunt Natsuhi's words. To protect her own daughter, she had resolutely chased out the suspicious ones. That's all I can see through the pattern. And if, as a result, she had to watch the people who had unfortunately been suspected die, so be it. She was prepared to take full responsibility. Why does Maria have to keep saying stuff like that? She's bringing about her own ruin. I think she wants that to happen, though. Unfortunately. I think the reason Maria-chan adores witches and magic so much might be Aunt Rosa. Aunt Rosa? What does she have to do with this? Didn't you realize it too, Butler-kun? Maria-chan's real father ran off somewhere a long time ago. Although Aunt Rosa tried to confuse the issue by saying he's on a foreign business trip. Talking about Rosa-san's family has become a kind of taboo in the Yoshida-miya family. I guess to be fair, at this point in the game, it'd be difficult to see Bito's point of view. I think Aunt Rosa thought about remarrying. But I also believe Maria-chan may have become her shackles and made that quite difficult. After all, she sometimes got really emotional and hit Maria-chan. I agree with you there. It looked like Aunt Rosa was trying hard to like Maria. Which means that she didn't really like her. She might have thought of Maria as someone who stood in the way of her remarrying. God. It ain't her fault! It ain't her fault, though, bro. Stop. I hate when people blame their children to be like, I can't do this because of you. Like, my dude. This child did not just birth themselves from the ether. Boo! Tomato, tomato, boo! Rosa, boo! Tomato, tomato, boo! Fuck you, Rosa. Me and my homies hate Rosa. I think that emotional rejection from her mother must have left some deep scars on her young heart. And like, if she really didn't want to raise Maria, she would have put her up for adoption. But then Japan has like this big thing against adoption where it like puts your family like... I remember reading about it as like an analysis on Goro Akechi. How like adoption is like looked down upon as a failure by the parent or something like that. I might be wrong though. So like they don't have a lot of like putting people up for adoptions and just kind of have the child suffer in the household instead of have the parents be looked like a failure of a parent. So she learned this occult hobby from somewhere and immersed herself in it to bury the holes in her heart. Oof, screw Maria. It's more the fault of the fuckers who didn't want to marry someone's single mom. A not somebody. Did you know? To Maria-chan, the image of a witch isn't negative at all. Remember yesterday at the beach when she showed us her notebook? Not Maria, I meant Rosa, yeah. I thought so. Yeah. It was full of all those fun-looking scribbles. Yesterday when we were down by the beach, doubting the witch. Maria got all wild up and started explaining about witches. And not one of the pages had shown a picture of an ugly witch. They were all brightly colored, beautiful, cute witches who looked like they were having fun. Happy autocorrect is my enemy. Screw not happy. Autocorrect is really screwing you over. There's absolutely nothing sinister about them, like a boy might have imagined. Yeah, the adoption system is absolutely backwards in Japan. Literally impossible to adopt a child in Japan. I swear to God, Akechi deserved his villain arc. Yeah, I think, like, Satoko's chapter also had a lot of commentary on that. Like, the like, system of, like, reporting a parent as being abusive. Like, they literally had to get, like, a group of people outside of, like, the protective services to advocate for getting Satoko's... Anyway. They were beings adorned with beautiful dresses who could grant anyone's dreams with their mysterious magic and who made everyone happy. Yeah, and Takano's backstory really got dark in the manga. Ooh. Everything is backwards in Japan. Sometimes they're forward, sometimes they're backward. I guess it's like not every place isn't perfect, I guess, sadly. Maria felt the sorrow of not being loved by her mother. Had she sought help from the witches as beings who could give her happiness and save her? Someday, a witch would come, and using her wonderful magic would bring Maria happiness. Even though she believed that, as she grew older, she had to face reality as her fleeting dreams were sliced to ribbons one by one. If something claiming to be the witch of Rokenjima appeared in front of a girl like that, whispering that she'd take Maria to the Golden Land where Maria could be happy, now that it's come to this, I want to confess what's in my heart. Throwing out Maria-chan, no, Genji-san and the rest too. was probably the wrong thing to do, I think. Japan is alternate / opposite of America. Changed my mind. We got gun ranges, they got schools. We have serial killers, they got yakuza. They got some similarities and some differences. It wasn't pleasant. Since Jessica had been one to face them and slam them with words of rejection. Her conscience must be tormenting her a lot right now. And there's your bunny ears, Moggy. Then how do you all explain that letter? No one could have sent it there, except the 4 people standing behind us. I made sure of that with my own eyes. If those 4 are innocent, how was that letter placed in a closed room with 8 people? One. That's right. When you put it that way, those 4 really do seem suspicious. But it's all useless. Mudada! It's all useless. Careful there, Battler-kun. You're starting to sound like Dio. Useless. What is? Right. It might not be worth anything anymore. But let me spin the chessboard around again. In other words, if one of those 4 really was the culprit, isn't that weird? That's right. Wasn't setting that letter openly on the table the same as confessing that one of them was the culprit? Also, sorry for saying touchy stuff. I'll try to focus on that same stuff. Yeah, thank you, Adamo. And no problem. You're right, that's weird. If they were gonna do it, you'd think they'd put it in the crack of the door, for example, to make it look like someone had slipped it in from the outside. Of course, they should have known that they'd be suspected if they didn't make it look like the culprit was outside the room. Yeah, that's it, exactly. If the culprit was one of those 4, setting that letter right in the middle of the table would be both risky and meaningless. But putting aside whatever trick was used to set it there, if we assume that the culprit is someone other than those 4, in other words, someone who was outside the room, then they had a lot to gain from that letter. Oh shit! Yeah. Yeah, stream is stuttering. Oh shit. Yeah, my bitrate is in red. Ah. I'm gonna count to 10, and if it doesn't go back to green, actually, close out of this. See if that helps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, let's blow this popsicle stand. Okay, so I'm not sure when you guys didn't see the text. So, you guys probably don't remember where you guys were at, huh? I think they were talking about Maria? Let me see. Did you get the log? Yeah, backlog. Yeah, I'm gonna assume it was maybe around here that the stream had problems. So yeah, that's right. Wasn't setting that letter openly on the table the same as confessing that one of them was the culprit? You're right, that's weird. If they were gonna do it, you'd think they put it in the crack of the door, for example, to make it look like someone had slipped in from the outside. Of course, they should have known that they'd be suspected if they didn't make it look like the culprit was outside the room. Yeah, that's it exactly. If the culprit was one of those four, setting that letter right in the middle of the table would be both risky and meaningless. Oh, whoops. But putting aside whatever trick was used to set it there, if we assume that the culprit is someone other than those four, in other words, someone who was outside the room, then they had a lot to gain from that letter. Enough, Battler-kun. It's meaningless to discuss such matters now. Natsuyu-san quickly guessed what I was getting at. No, maybe she had thought of it long before I had, and had simply held her tongue. If the culprit's outside the room, then they'd be totally stuck the moment we shut ourselves up in a closed room like this. That's right. It's the same as my theory about how Grandfather disappeared from this room, isn't it? That theory was that Grandfather left the room of his own accord. If the culprit used some tactic to lure him out, and Grandfather left of his own accord, then... Speaking of cool... Hey, Twilight. Come to think of it, when we found the scorpion magic circle on the doorknob to the study, Maria said it herself. Beatrice couldn't get through this door, but she could induce someone to leave of their own accord. Which would mean we fell for the culprit's trap completely and set out some new potential sacrifices. Yeah, I had a feeling we're gonna get killed. Genji and the rest aren't fools. When they try to protect themselves, they should find the next safest place after this room. They will definitely be able to hide themselves there. It's actually fairly hot here though, Barn, because I don't see how else you would associate cool to Twi. Hey, you're pretty cool, Twi, what do you mean? Natsuhi hadn't answered the question. Natsuhi herself had realized that if the culprit wasn't in our group back then, that letter would make sense as a trap. However, it wasn't worth the risk of calling back the people she had once thrown out. To Aunt Natsuhi, right now, her greatest and only duty was to protect the children. By her thinking, in order to do that, a few sacrifices were unavoidable. I'm not pretty cool, I'm ugly uncool. No, don't you dare say that about my friend, Twi. Ugly worm, no. Gonna slap you. Gonna slap you silly. Hey, Aunt Natsuhi. Let me say something a little harsh, okay? At that time, what if, by coincidence, Jessica had also been standing behind you? Would you have chased Jessica from the room too? Natsuhi, my beloved, I mean what? I have a feeling like she wouldn't. At least I want to believe she wouldn't. It's true that a lot of brutal things have happened. But as a mother, you thought you should protect your daughter no matter what. Because of that duty, you chased them out, even though you knew that you'd eventually be held responsible for it. Joke's on you, I'm already silly, so you wouldn't need to slap me. I'll just slap you some more since you're silly then. It's not like I'm condemning that. But, I was just thinking about what a great mother Jessica has. Yeah, are you looking to marry someone else now that your husband's dead? Wanna give Jessica another dad? That's right. Heard ugly, I'm here, now what? Sky, no! What have I done? Hi there, Sky. You take that back, Sky. Yeah. Y'all ain't ugly. Shut up. You've been dealing with these incidents since morning, and you've been pulling us all along this whole time without losing your composure. If you were all confused too, the rest of us would probably be in the culprit's grasp by now. So I think we all have to thank you. Thank you. So, what you two are trying to say is that you want her to act as Maria's mother, too? She's mommy. Natsuhi is mommy. I always thought of Maria as a real little sister and adored her. That would surprise me with all the mean things you have said about Maria, but okay. And yet, a few things happened. We got a little confused. And I've said a lot of mean things to her, hurting her. Mom, please. Let's stay together with Maria. No, everyone. Elio, you clearly never had a little sister. Yeah, I never had a little sister. If anything, the closest I had was like a big sister. And you know what? Okay, actually that tracks. I bullied my older sister. I was mean to my older sister. I mean, she's not technically my sister, but like kind of is. Because my mom's boyfriend had a daughter, and we lived with her for a bit. Yeah, I think I've told the stories of how I tortured her. Let's stay together with Maria. No, everyone. There was no culprit among us. Among us. The culprit in this case is the witch, Beatrice, okay? So, let's stop suspecting each other. Aunt Natsuhi closed her eyes for a short while. Was she coping with her throbbing headache again? Or was she thinking of something? You are my precious daughter. The one I finally received a whole 12 years after I married my husband. Elio being a bully, let me pretend to be shocked. This is my shocked face. Hey! Ah! What's that supposed to mean? Huh? I would become the worst kind of demon to protect you. Ah, Nazi. God. That was some pretty strong language at the end there. I love characters that would sacrifice anything to like keep someone safe. So like Nazi, I really like Nazi. Like I had a whole ass conversation with like Yume where they kind of like psychoanalyzed me. And they were like, you like characters that sacrifice everything for someone else without selflessness. Because like I remember telling them that like I didn't like characters that like gave up stuff for someone out of like selfishness, like expecting something out of it, but more like that they just want to protect the person without like expecting anything in return. And they were like, yeah, you do that because like you kind of do that, Elio. You're kind of projecting. And I'm like, God damn it, you're right. Because like if you don't know, I like gave up. I would give up anything for my cat when she was around. So I was very like sacrificial for that. And like I respect characters that are like that too. Because I'm just like, yeah, I feel you. I feel you. So yeah, Natsuhi, good character. Love her. She realized very well that her words were an idealized view of what a mother should be. I also really like Natsuhi. There are two very big reasons why, Oi. You like her for her badanga doos, I like her for her personality, we are not the same. But even so, she was strongly resolved to protect her daughter, even if she had to become a demon. Yume psychoanalyzed you. Yeah, Yume analyzed you and they concluded you were a psycho. Hey! Her gun and her personality. But that was her guilty conscience tormenting her. Yeah, see cats, see cats, see cats, see cats. Hey there, Jackie! Today's been so long. Oh, enjoy your lick, Sky. Huh? When did Barn say that? So I got it correct. How come you went with the worst option? SMH my head. Elio is so down bad. SMH, kind of projecting their bum bum. Oi. Hello, chat. What did I miss? Didn't miss too much. Hey there, Linux. Yeah, we just got started. Elio being a perp. Hey! So many things happened in one day, and we've been driven into a corner so thoroughly. I wonder if we had the right to greet tomorrow the way we are now. There it is. So wait, do you not like Hod? No, I love Hod. She's my favorite of the female Sephiroths, other than Angela. I don't know if Angela counts, though. There it is. I found it. It's this magic circle. Inside the book I'd been flipping through, I had found the same magic circle that had been drawn on the second sheet of the letter. George Aniki peered at it as well. Oh, same as always, yep. Hey! Barner's just appreciating Natsuhi and Elio saying out of nowhere it's cause of her badonkadonks. He said she has 2 big ones, and so I assumed he was talking about her badonkadaroos. This magic circle's name was the Third Magic Circle of Mars. The Hebrew written on it was from Psalm 77 verse 13 of the Old Testament. What God is so great as our God? You know what they say about assuming, Bun Bun. Yeah, I'm just... Oi. Big old hunger cougars. Don't do it, it's mean. Oi. The meaning of the magic circle was... Discord. Discord! I'm howling at the moon. Agitate internal divisions and cause the enemy to bring about their own downfall. Well, yeah, we fucked up. Wait a sec. She does have 2 big eyes. She does, especially in the original. Wait a sec. Seriously? Could there be a more fitting way to describe our current situation and mental state? Massive dohunkalus. Humongous hunguras. We couldn't help but be stunned into silence. See? Magic exists! Yeah, Beatrice made you guys have a fight. So, this letter was a trap? How did they place it here? The meaning is Discord. So you're telling me even Beatrice has Discord? Can I be her Discord kitten? There wasn't anyone in this room except for the 8 of us, right? Anyway, let's ignore how they got it in here for now. The culprit was after just one thing, and it's disgusting. They wanted to spread the seeds of doubt inside this impregnable room, and use us to throw the sacrificial sheep out. Oh yeah, let's go gamers. Elio! Oh shit, I didn't grab something to drink. I will be right back. Sorry for the wait. I was getting some Pepsi. I debated adding some milk to it, but I'll save that for a later day. Elio has that expression of seeing the horrors of hell. Eh? Boy. Don't like the massive size of the honkers and the modern sprites. They fold the clothing all weirdly. Elio has been broken. It's valid, to be honest. It took me a while to get used to it in the manga style. Men, Elio just want one thing, being Beatrice's Discord kitten, and it's disgusting. Relatable. Elio has been broken, always has been. Hey! Well, someone had to talk about them. Linux took on the holy task. Oi. But yeah, I'm always a fan of boobs, but I'm not a fan of these boobs. Automod has seen Natsuhi and thought, hell yeah, Linux knows what's up. Oh, hello there, Monkey. Here's your bunny ears. How's it going? In that case, they're after the people who went out of the room. Mom, what should we do? Those four are in danger! It wasn't surprising that Aunt Natsuhi remained unpleasantly silent. Even if this was all a trap by the culprit, even if the four had been chased out of the room were in danger, it had nothing to do with the safety of the four people in here. And there was no way to prove the innocence of the four people we chased out. At least bring in Maria! If we're willing to let them die, then we shouldn't leave this room no matter what. That way is safest. I'm okay. Oh, I see. Well, hello. At that time, wait, I thought the phones weren't working. Suddenly, the piercing sound of a phone rang through the room. It was the antique extension phone set on the table in Grandfather's study. It had rung right after we started talking about the letter being a trap. It was natural we'd think of it as an SOS from the ones we chased out, but the phones aren't supposed to be working. Weren't they cut? But then Aunt Natsuhi spoke. I want to think that is just a fixation of the artist because I don't want to think of a person in a suit telling the art team, draw the boobs more noticeably to lure the horny otakus. Why a phone call? I misread fixation as inflation. Oh no! Just an inflation of the artist. No! The phone should be broken down and unusable. It's magic! That doesn't matter. If that's Maria calling for help. If the problem with the phones was the culprit's work in the first place, then this call is... It's the culprit! Okay, so they fixed the phone lines. With that one sentence, the ring of the phone, which had once sounded like a scream for help, now started to sound like a ghastly lure from some unknown person. Aunt Natsuhi hesitated over whether to pick up the receiver. Let's pick it up, Aunt Natsuhi. The sound is kind of annoying. The phones might have been fixed for some reason. Could still be an urgent call for Maria-chan and the rest. Why not call the police? That's right! And if it actually is a call from the culprit, bring it on! Why don't we listen to what they've got to say? Oh my god, yeah, that sound. Please pick up the phone! It's just a phone call. No matter what they babble through the receiver, it's not like it's gonna hurt you. It would have gone to voicemail. It would have gone to the voicemail. It's been ringing way too long. If you don't pick it up, then I will. I will take it. Hello? You'll mute for a sec, sorry. Yeah, it's all done now. It's done ringing. Did you know that artists were on a massive strike in 1970? So the ones that would still work would have a pay of 700k per month? It's true. Google art inflation. I'm not gonna Google art inflation. I don't want to be put on a watch list. I'm pretty sure I'm already on a watch list. I stretched out my hand to take the receiver, but Aunt Natsuhi grabbed it before I could reach. We all held our breath, trying to figure out who the person on the other end of the phone was. 'Cause they're worried for Maria. For a while, Aunt Natsuhi kept saying hello. Good thing their phone doesn't go to voicemail. Rich people privilege, I guess. A silent phone call? There's no way Maria and the others would do something so creepy. They can't reply to the phone and then call the police. Oh, that's true. I mean, just hang up and then call the police. Which means, could this phone call possibly really be... Natsu stopped repeating hello and strained her ears. If someone in chat can give me a heads up when the ringing ends, that'd be really nice. Yeah, it's over. Because she thought she heard something far away on the other end of the receiver. What does being rich have to do with voicemail? Those goddamn rich people, they don't need fucking voicemail. What a privilege. What damn privilege. What was that? Huh? Is someone... singing? What do you mean, singing? I don't know. Faintly, from the other end of the phone, I can hear someone singing. I wonder what it could be. Give it here for a sec. Hello? Huh? I half forced the receiver from the stunted Aunt Natsuhi's hand and pressed it against my ear. Was voicemail even invented during the 80s? I mean, it was around in the 90s. So I want to say it was? Maybe? I don't know. At first I didn't hear anything. I guess around that time, I think, was that around the time where you had to go through like an operator? No, that was even later in time, huh? But because I've been told about it beforehand, I noticed. It sounded far away from the receiver, rather than someone speaking in a quiet voice. IDK, I wasn't alive in the 1980s. And it sounded like a girl singing a song. Oh, it was invented in the 70s, apparently. Uh-huh. So I guess they probably don't have voicemail around this time. I guess the 90s are when voicemail was a thing, because I know for sure we had voicemail. We had like a little machine. The voice did sound like Maria's, but that just made the situation even more inexplicable. It was just people yelling at the mailman, though. I'm glad we've improved on the technology since then. At the very least, the one who had made the phone call hadn't been Maria. After all, Maria was singing some song far away from the receiver. In that case, the one who made the phone call should have been Genji-san, Kumasawa-san, or Dr. Nanjo. And yet, they weren't saying anything. Why? Oh, it became more widely spread in the 80s is what I read. Ah. I feel like I had to have learned about this, because I took like a telecommunications class, which is all about like the history of technology leading up to today, but I think I just slept through the phone lesson. I mostly just paid attention for like the computers and radio. Why? For what reason? The person who made this phone call. Who was it? Hey! Hello? Who is it? Answer me! Is that Maria singing? Answer me! What's happening? What is it? I don't know. All I can say is this is probably a trap. Maria's in trouble. Aunt Natsuhi took the receiver again, but after yelling into it several more times, she realized that she wasn't getting anywhere and hung up. After that, she dialed quickly. Then she clicked her tongue. She was trying to call the police, I bet. Ellie would be like, "Sir, when are we learning about comms? When can I summon demons with my Nintendo DS?" That's right. If the phones are working, we should be able to reach the police. But judging by Aunt Nazi's reaction, the outside telephone line still didn't connect. Let's go. Even if we know it might be a trap, we have to go.
Are you sure? I think everyone's gonna die.
Yeah, definitely. Jessica, Aunt Natsuhi, stay here. When Aniki and I tried to dash out, Aunt Natsuhi stopped us.
Rawr! Oh my god! Hi there, Uki, country boy Mike. Welcome, welcome.
Hold it. I cannot let you go alone. Take my gun. I will go too. Jessica, wait here.
Oh, what? So I'll be the only one left out?
Yo, they're adding maid skating to Skullgirls? Oh yeah, for Marie? Yeah, that's so funny actually. Because for those of you that don't know, I am part of like a Skullgirls like a fan series on YouTube. And a while back, like we come up with like these ideas for skits, and I brought up, I was like, yeah, there's like this Twitter that I really like that's like made skating, and like I shared pictures with them, and they were like, yeah, we should do like a skit of Marie skating. So that's really funny that happened.
Nice try, but I'm going too.
Maid skating. She skates on her vacuum. Does a little Tony Hawk music sting. Let's go! Yeah, it might be better that way. Damn, if only we did that skit before this announcement. Damn it. I should have pushed more to make that skating maid skit. Dude, you predicted the future. If the goal of that phone call was to split us up further, it wouldn't be a good idea to leave someone to watch this room. Watch Marie gets like a fucking Thriller reference too, because I talked about like doing a parody of Thriller to like Skullgirls. There's no time to argue. Let's all go. Aunt Natsuhi raised the rifle high and took the lead. I couldn't go unarmed myself. I found a 3-pronged candle stand and readied it. Gonna stab you with a candle. Although the pins on it used to fit candles for short, it was almost like a 3-pronged spear. Oh, okay. I thought he was just gonna stab someone with a candle. Then the 4 of us left the study. We left the study, which should have been the safest place inside the mansion. By doing this, we had been lured out, even though we had barricaded ourselves in a safe, closed room. Perhaps we were doing exactly the same thing Grandfather had done when he disappeared from that room.
Maria! Where are you? Answer me!
I listened closely, but didn't hear anything. The mansion was vast, and since the passing typhoon was making its last stand, the sound of the rain was even noisier than before. Maria-chan said she wanted to watch TV in the parlor, right? It was Battler with the candlestick in the study. He's the murderer. Let's try going downstairs. That's right. Let's try there. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. Try? Everyone, be mindful of your surroundings. Yeah! With Aunt Natsuhi in the center, her rifle readied and her finger on the trigger, we moved in a group, our backs together, checking our surroundings in all directions. It was just as though the magic of that magic circle designed to spread discord had worked. We had split up, and furthermore, had been dragged out into dangerous territory. In other words, Even now, we're doing just what the culprit wanted us to do. This was a separate world where it wouldn't be odd for anything to suddenly occur. Aunt Natsuhi nervously pointed the barrel of the gun at every dark spot and shadow. It felt like that motion was out of fear, rather than caution. But the rifle she held in her hand should have been a trump card that the culprit feared. You know, I've been thinking. It wouldn't be impossible to stick one of those ice picks into someone's chest, like in Kanon-kun's case. But slitting the skull and sticking them into the forehead, like in my parents' case, wouldn't be that easy. You think the culprit had that kind of animal strength? They probably had some kind of weapon, a device that can shoot or pound in those ice picks. Like a harpoon? That handle was too short to be driven in that deeply by human strength alone. Either way, they have enough force to break through his skull. I heard Kanon's wound reached as far as his lungs. If you happen to see your opponent, don't go forwards. Oh, thank you for taking a moment. Let me stretch out. You mustn't move away from my back. Just how sinister and frightening was the weapon that could shoot those creepy ice picks? Ice pick gun. Now, you've seen them all now. An ice pick gun, who would have thought? And could I do anything to combat it with just this candlestick in my hand? In the first murder, the culprit probably assaulted all 4 of our parents at once as they discussed the inheritance problem in the dining hall. And there were 4 of us here now. They had bad company from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure! Apparently, I wasn't the only person thinking this. Giordaniki, Jessica, and, of course, Aunt Natsuhi were stretching their senses to the utmost limit, in the highest and worst state of tension, slowly advancing one step, then another. Be careful, Battler-kun! Our opponent's gotta stand! What have we done? Because of the seeds of doubt spread by that one letter, we threw Maria and the rest into the middle of this terrifying world. Bad company! Limbus Company under Elio's management, I said what I said. Oi. Worst company, I think you mean worst company? I keep hearing them say Bado Company, but I know they had to change the name. Yeah, worst company I meant. We finally reached the first floor. The parlor was just across the hall. Worst company. When we listened carefully, we could hear it faintly. The localization names are so silly. They're great. I still can't get over, like, how they changed, like there was, like, the Oingo Boingo brothers, and they changed it to, like, Zenyatta and, what was it? Zenyatta Mondata or something like that. Ria's eerie singing voice. She wasn't singing naturally, as though she were in a good mood. Yeah, I can't believe they changed Spoiler to being called Spoiler instead. Some of them are absurd. Limp Bizkit to Flancid Pancake! She was singing mechanically, like she was at a graduation ceremony that she'd been ordered to. Yo, what's your favorite band, bro? Mine's Flaccid Pancake. The song she sang was just a common folk song, one that everyone had probably sung in school at one time or another. But why that, in the middle of the night, alone, with all her heart, over and over? Why? Right after leaving the study, we had called out in loud voices, asking Maria where she was. But this time, no one said even a single word. We hid our breath in the sound of our footsteps, and, intensely focused on our surroundings, to the point of being completely high-strung, we stepped forward. The door to the parlor was closed, but we could hear Maria's singing voice through it. Aunt Natsu put her hand on the handle of the doorknob. When George Aniki stopped her, "I'll open the door. Aunt Natsuhi, Battler-kun, ready your weapons." "Understood. Take care." "They might attack as soon as we open it. George Nissan, watch yourself. You watch Toy Story, right? You know how to dodge those little green army dudes?" "Sure. Then I'll open it." "Huh?" Tried to open it, but immediately felt the hard resistance of the lock. Aunt Natsu took the bundle of keys from her pocket and gave them to George. There were about 10 keys, and none of us had a clue which was which. Because of this, George had to fumble around loudly and test several of the keys. Since we had hidden our footsteps, preparing to make a surprise attack on the room, this felt almost fatal. Yeah, they definitely hear you guys at the door now. The whole time, we could hear Maria's voice from the parlor, singing the same song over and over. It was like a broken, crazy cassette tape. We'd been in that room almost constantly since morning. All the frightening things had occurred outside that room. That had left us with the impression that only this room was safe. They changed Green Day to Green Tea? Still leaves me dumbfounded. If I were to change Green Day to something, I would change it to like Green Month or something. That faceless impression was quickly falling apart, or Green Week. It's open. This is my stand. Green Week. Thank you. George-kun, Jessica, move behind me. Oh boy, are we gonna see the culprit? Are we gonna see the witch? Aunt Natsuhi. Let's jump in at the same time and split up in different directions. If we just stand around after opening the door, those ice picks might fly right through the center. I agree. Ready? If Elio was a stand, would the localization be Voidy Penguin Girl? Nice reference, Ty. Never forget Voidy Penguin Girl. I really wish I could say no. I readied myself. If they're gonna be throwing ice picks, I'll whack them with this candle stand. Go! You'll be in for a surprise. Ooh, baby, I love surprises. I didn't know it was my birthday. 4 months early. Aunt Natsu and I rammed into the door before flying into the parlor. Okay, but why penguin? I honestly don't know why we decided on penguin. I'd have to watch whatever VOD was that we came up with Voidy Penguin Girl. I really don't remember. Aunt Natsu and I rammed into the door before flying into the parlor, quickly splitting up left and right and searching the parlor for someone who might be waiting for us. I think it was Adamello that came up with it, so you'd have to ask him, I think. But what our eyes landed upon was an incredibly strange sight. I totally forgot the best one. Dirty deeds done dirt cheap to filthy acts at a reasonable price. They couldn't have it all with like F's except for the last one. God, that one sucks. The parlor was stained with blood. That was what I had in mind when I said spoiler to spoiler. Ah. This place, where we spent almost the entire day, where we pressed in together to protect ourselves for some unknown malice, had been stained with fresh blood, had become an ocean of blood. Oh shit, someone's dead. On the floor lay Genji-san, Kumasawa-san, and Dr. Nanjo, their entire bodies stained bright red with the blood. But the only way we could identify them was by their clothes.
Stan is putting it lightly. They exploded.
That was because... that's right. This is how the whole tragedy started. Yes, almost everyone. Yeah, now there's like, what? Battler, Nazi, Jessica, George, and Maria. There's just 5 people alive now. Their faces. Just like our smashed up parents in the shed. You couldn't tell where their eyes stopped and their noses began.
Surprise! Beto left a murder party. Oh god, the sound of it.
Yeah, oh my god. It was as though they'd rudely plunged their faces into tomato pot pies all squished up. And that wasn't all. The bodies had other wounds. There was those demon ice picks. They were in Genji-san's stomach, Dr. Nanjo's thigh, no, his knee? That's right, of course it's his knee.
So basically, every face is unrecognizable.
In the epitaph, the 6th twilight was the stomach, and on the 7th twilight, the knee was gouged. So after seeing one of them stuck near Kumasawa Bachan's calf, I couldn't help masochistically laughing. That's right! Bro, the whole cast is dead.
Yep.
Rip. On the 6th twilight, gouge the stomach and kill. On the 7th twilight, gouge the knee and kill. On the 8th twilight, gouge the leg and kill. Now even the 8th twilight is over. The next one, the 9th twilight. What was it again? So we literally can't eliminate anyone, since someone can just have been replaced by another body. Actually, correction. I'll make a hard read right now. The first victims were actual victims, and one of them was used as one of the bodies here. Am I right?
Oh, maybe. Since we can't tell their faces apart.
Maria was there. She was facing the wall in the inner part of the room, standing stock still, completely alone. She faced away from this horrible scene, standing by the wall, singing her song over and over. I think only Ava and Hideyoshi's faces were intact because they just had the stake stabbed in them, yeah. Like it had just happened. So they didn't have like the time to like fuck it up. There was nothing else in the room. Just the corpses of the 3 who had been brutally killed, and the phone receiver, which was still off its hook, proving that this was the room the call had come from. Maria, not now! You look beyond sus! Just that, and Maria, back to the scene, as she kept on singing while facing the wall. Listen, she's going through some trauma right now. We don't really know about Kanon since his body disappeared. Oh god, she has her AirPods in! Listen, she's having a mental breakdown. She needs to sing to feel better. Let her cook. We couldn't even scream at this bizarre scene. We could only stare, shocked, with our mouths hanging loosely open. Maria? Jessica called out to her, but Maria showed no reaction. Maria is singing Baby Shark while her family is being brutally murdered.
What's wrong, Batley? Baby Shark, Mama Shark keeps slapping the shit out of me.
Alone, she kept singing on and on. We had come here, trying to save Maria from some approaching danger. To know that we had found her, we should have been running up to Maria, hugging her, joyous that she was safe. And yet, not one of us could do that. Everyone thought it, but they couldn't say it. After all, because that's right. Even if that's crazy. No, it couldn't be. Maria! Ooga booga. Ooh! It's the boogeyman! Stop singing! Are you listening? At some point, Aunt Nazi and I had pointed our weapons at Maria's back. I yelled at Maria in a violent voice. But there was no reaction. She just kept singing. But the candle stand still ready, I ran up to her and forcefully, no, violently slammed my hand down on her shoulder. Then I pulled on her shoulder, forcing her to turn around. Maria's small body was quickly pulled down and fell. Oh god, that must be something to turn around to. Yeah, And as though unhappy at having her singing interrupted, Maria looked into my face with her usual expression. Even in this most gruesome situation, she was just like normal. Maria, what is this? Perhaps yelling at a small child is not a great course of action. Yeah, seriously, can you guys please stop? Please stop doing this to the child. Who did it? Just wondering, sorry, what time is it for you? You don't have to answer if not comfortable. It's 8 p.m. for me. It is 6 p.m. for me.
Beatrice!
Cut that crap! I threw the candle stand I'd been holding against the wall. The violence of that reckless sound should have gone straight into Maria's heart. She's telling the truth! Believe her! I think the circumstances kinda justifies it. Maria's expression didn't change at all. This is a beyond sus child. I don't know. Quit it, Battler-kun. Edge? Hey there, dwarf. Maria-chan, this time, you should have seen the face of the culprit who killed these three. Was the culprit the same Beatrice who gave you the letter?
Beatrice!
Well, in that case, it's certain. There's a 19th person. Beatrice does exist. Then, Maria, will you at least tell me this much? How did they kill these three people? What did they use to kill them in such a brutal way? Magic!
I don't know.
How could you not know? Listen, she is 9 years old! It happened in this room! Are you trying to tell me you were so absorbed in singing that you didn't notice? Calm down, Battler-kun.
Magic, yeah, they use magic. Magic missile! Meow, meow, meow.
Maria-chan, talk to me. Okay? George Aniki, as he always did, crouched down next to Maria so that their eyes met and talked to her very kindly. Maria-chan, why were you facing the wall and singing?
Beatrice said to face the wall and keep singing for a long time.
So, did Beatrice come here? Were Genji-san and the rest still alive then?
Everyone came into the parlor together and sat down. Genji-san made sure to lock the door.
It was locked when we got here. But then, how did Beatrice get into the parlor? I was gonna say it's good that George is able to keep his cool, but it's just that he already lost everything, so he's no longer phased. Yeah, he lost his fiancé, his parents. He has nothing left to lose.
Beatrice is a witch, so locks don't matter. She turned into butterflies and came through the crack in the door.
I guess that's true, yeah. Huh? How am I joking at a time like this? Like how that happened? What are you saying?
You can't believe it? That's why I don't want to say it. No matter how I say it, you won't believe that Beatrice is a witch. She can do anything with her miraculous magic. That's why Beatrice doesn't care whether a door is locked or not.
God fucking damn it, Maria. She's telling the truth. I believe her. And then, after Beatrice appeared, what happened to everyone?
Beatrice talked to us.
At least don't say it with a smile.
She said grandfather's study was protected by a powerful force and she couldn't enter no matter what she did.
Wrong. Magic is fake and a lie. I am a magic denier. You cannot see the love. So, without love, the magic cannot be seen. So she told us she'd select 3 sacrifices from the 4 people in the parlor. Her miraculous magic, huh? Beatrice's ladybug? Her miraculous ladybug?
Everyone said no way. Kurosawa-san kept saying no way, no way. But Beatrice chose.
To be fair, Maria has a death wish. She just stone cold does not give a fuck, yeah. Like, she's looking forward to dying.
And when she did, Beatrice said I'd be fine. Why do you think?
I want to be just like Maria when I grow up. What does that mean?
It's because of the scorpion charm with the 5th magic circle of Mars. The one Battler used to pray for my safety. The one he put his feelings into. Because of that power, Beatrice can't do anything to me and me alone. So she decided to use the other 3 as sacrifices. After that, Beatrice spoke.
Come, face the wall and sing a song for me. You will sing lots and lots of songs. So no matter what happens, no matter what you hear, you won't hear, you won't hear, you won't know. Come, sing lots of fun songs for me.
So I was singing the whole time. Over and over. So I didn't hear anything, didn't know anything. And then all of you came. Ugh.
Are you asking us to believe that? You think we're stupid?
Then who will you suspect this time?
I want to stone cold not give a fuck, but instead I've been saddled with unnecessary feelings. Okay, Edgeworth.
Will you suspect me? Gonna try killing me right here? Even if you do that, Beatrice won't stop existing. Now the 8th twilight is over, and Beatrice will revive!
Are you serious? I've had enough of that talk. As if witches could exist. As if I'd let myself get tricked. I won't accept it. Beatrice doesn't exist. I definitely won't accept it. So I won't let her exist. I won't let her revive. You think we're stupid?
I'm half expecting Maria to say yes, but that's not why I'm saying this.
The legend will remain a legend forever. Battler being toyed with by a child. She's a very smart child. I won't acknowledge something like that.
Quit it, Battler.
I'll suspect a child. Among Us has trained me to suspect anyone on sight. God damn. It's not like Maria killed them or let them die.
Beatrice came and Maria had to obey. Was unable to resist.
Huh? God fucking damn it, Battler. Natsuhi. She isn't here.
Maria, hey, come on. I'm just a little guy. No, it's also my birthday. I'm a little birthday girl.
Huh? What? At some point you gotta believe that there's something going on, right? Like, Maria couldn't possibly have done this.
Mom? Where did she go?
I won't let her exist. Battler's straight up saying his grandfather brought her into this world and he's gonna take her out.
Just now, she left by herself reading a letter.
No, the music cut. Chad Battler erasing woman from existence. A letter? That makes sense. The culprit must be so exhilarated now that we've reached the 8th twilight. They might have left a letter so that they could brag even more. Maria's just a tiny little girl. How in the world could she murder all these adults? Yeah, she's literally 9 years old. Even if she had a weapon, like there were like 3 adults in the room with her. We were so wrapped up in questioning Maria that we forgot to look for a letter. But even as well armed as she was, why had she left the room by herself in this dangerous mansion after reading it? Yeah, but Maria being innocent doesn't mean magic exists. Jiska tried to chase after her and tugged at the handle to the door, but it resisted strangely and wouldn't open. Magic existing doesn't make Maria innocent. Hey. Mom! Mom! A lot of the time they were saying, who are you defending? What's going on? Magic is real. Yes. You know what they say, courage is the magic that turns dreams into reality. Open up! Open up! It was only natural. Natsuki had picked up the candle stand, which Battler had thrown at the wall, and which had fallen to the floor. Also, when like more than half your family was brutally murdered, you're not gonna have the best reasoning. True. She had then skillfully wedged it between the doorknobs on the double doors like a bolt holding them closed. The intricate design of the candle stand caused it to get caught solidly. It really did make a sturdy seal on the door. A tragic scream of a daughter for her mother. Magic is real and Maria is innocent. I agree. If magic isn't real, then who gave me presents on Christmas? That was Santa! Did it reach Natsuki's ears? Or not? There is no good or bad magic, only how you use it. Not only bratty childs who taunt Battler. I guess Natsuki's dead. Natsuki's figure was alone in the entrance hall. It was the place decorated by the portrait of Beatrice. Natsuki threw down Beatrice's last letter, the one she had read in the parlor. Magic is innocent and Maria is innocent. I messed that up, but my point stands. Like, this might be a hot take. I think I'd be a bit on edge if I were them. Did you just make a Tales of Symphonia 2 reference? Yes! Santa might have given you presents, but I can give you a future. Yeah, if like my family got brutally murdered, I would probably just suspect whoever my feeble mind could come up with as the murderer. Readied her rifle again, and in a voice that rang clear, yelled in the massive space that was the entrance hall. I am Ushiramiya Natsuhi, representative of the Ushiramiya family. Show yourself, Golden Witch Beatrice. The entrance hall was dimly lit. Mama Natsuhi has perished on February 7th, 1899. No, she's still alive. Let her cook. Other than a faint light which shone in the center of the room, everything was blotted out by the jet black darkness. In that darkness, butterflies glittering in gold squirmed, twinkled, and sneered. Natsuki gave one more huge gulp and pointed the cold barrel of the gun at the gold butterflies. That date is very important. Eh? So, you have finally shown yourself. Are they gonna go back to the safe room and wait for the police? I don't think they're going back to the safe room. I still can't believe something like you really exists. But that isn't a problem. Do they have time to do so though? Yeah, I don't think they can. Both I, who bear the title of representative to the Ushidamiya family, and you, who claim to succeed the headship of the Ushidamiya family, are here right now. It kicked off one of the strangest journeys in fiction. Oh? At this point, whether you are a witch or not is a trivial matter. Come, let us settle this. No room is safe in this place, yeah. Which of us will truly succeed the Ushidamiya family? As more parched than a pizza. Eh? I, Ushidamiya Natsuki. Or you, Beatrice? Allow me to respectfully accept your request for a duel. was when JoJo started? I forgot about that. Yeah, they have a time limit. By tonight. The gold butterfly slowly formed a human shape, which walked into the dim light. Natsuki readied the rifle and glared. I totally thought that his death was the 13th. I did too, but I had to look it up. Also, I got the date somewhat wrong. It was 1889, not 1899. Ah. The witch raised her golden staff overhead and laughed. Oh, they're gonna get sent to the Shadow Realm. I bet Beatrice is a meta player. Natsuki's finger slowly squeezed the trigger. It's the date of the death of the MC of JoJo Part 1. Ah. And go! Battler made an all-out dash at the door and rammed into it, crushing the candle stand that had been barring it, and making it possible for a big gap to be opened in the door. The truest gentleman. Speedwagon! Nah, Speedwagon lived. For quite a while. He kept kicking the candle stand through that gap, and the door was finally released. At that time, they heard it. They certainly heard the crisp sound of gunfire ring out once. Mom! Mom! Jessica-chan, you mustn't run off by yourself. Can you imagine working for the Foundation? They would probably pay really well, since you would be put in like a life or death situation. Possibly. Was that the sound of a gun just now? Did Aunt Natsuki shoot? At whom? At the culprit? The noise had come from the entrance hall. And the entrance hall looked like a stage. Like the heroine of a tragedy, on the ground and bathed in light. Arrayed in the beauty of that silence. Aunt Natsuki lay face up, crumpled on the floor. Half crazed, Jessica ran up to Aunt Natsuki. Yeah, so under your contract, your family won't sue us if you die trying to help this one family that is a friend of our founder. Don't ask why you need experience in vampire hunting. On Aunt Natsuki's forehead, it was almost as though a sparkling shard of pigeon blood ruby had been placed there. And from it, one stream of blood makeup passed by her eye and began to traverse her face. Yeah, you guys still don't believe it's magic? The faint smell of gunpowder smoke came from the barrel of the rifle Aunt Natsuki still grasped. Huh? Then she shot herself in the forehead? Why? Magic confirmed. Mom! I don't get it. Why did Aunt Natsuki run away alone? And why did she shoot through her own forehead? Maria-chan, Aunt Natsuki left the room after reading a letter, right? Wrong. Right. There's no letter here. Magic! It's magic! Maho, yo! Damn it, what did Aunt Natsuki read? And why was she lured out here? Pour one out for the Natsuki simps. You had a good run. It could have not been magic. Where's your proof? I don't know. Who cares about that? What the hell? Why did she kill herself? Why did she leave me all alone? Are the kids the last survivors? Yep, it's just the kids alive now. Jessica clung to her mother's corpse, crying earnestly. Should have been me, not him. It's not fair. I don't think that sound played. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it working. Should have been me, not him. Wait, where even is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, there we go. It did not. Sorry about that, Twi. Let me mourn. Go hydrate. My body was consumed with an anger I didn't know what to do with, and I snatched the rifle from Aunt Natsuhi's hand. I spun around, pointing the barrel of the gun into the darkness on all sides, as though I was pointing a light from a lighthouse, trying to find the culprit. George Aniki, even in this situation, was trying to calmly figure something out, but that might have been a fruitless effort. You should fulfill the 9 epitaphs, now! And only Maria was completely indifferent. So, is this all supposed to be some kind of predetermined fate? No, that's not it. What's the point of hydrating when Natsuhi already hydrated? This is all a prelude to a wonderful world. The door to the Golden Land will finally open. Battler is gonna wipe all butterflies off the planet. No, but they're so pretty, Battler, please!
On the 9th twilight, the witch shall revive, and none shall be left alive. And on the 10th twilight, at journey's end, ye shall attain to the power of the Golden Land's treasures, once and for the last time. With this, everything is over, Beatrice.
Just don't believe in butterflies, Fivehead. Butterfly denier. You play Animal Crossing and you just refuse to catch any of the butterflies.
Congratulations!
Congratulations! Congratulations! Congratulations! Thanks, everyone!
So, lead me. Lead me to the Golden Land you told me of. Right now!
There, all of the dead will be revived, and even lost love will be restored. So, in Maria's eyes, it's just as though all of today's tragedies didn't happen. Oh, silly Maria. It's as though all of the time she spent deprived of love never happened. Stop it! Oh, what is this? Why? Is this a witch? Okay, that's good. That is good. That's a good meme. That's a good meme. What's so fun? What's to be congratulated? Sees Butterfly, nice original OC loser. There were 18 people on this island. 14 are dead. Only the 4 of us are left. Definitely not gonna die. Until the night is over. No. Until the typhoon passes and the seagulls gather again at the harbor. I'm definitely not gonna die. I'll stay alive. I'll stay alive no matter what.
Give it up, Battler. Guns are useless against witches. Survival and all that stuff doesn't matter because it's over.
And this is just part 1? 4 people, yeah.
The journey has already ended. See? Look at the clock.
It will make sense, Overtaker. Yeah. You'll see. You'll all see. Huh? The clock. Hearing those words, I looked at my wristwatch. Both needles were almost touching near the top. Very soon, it will be 12 o'clock at night. In other words, midnight. 2400. When you think about it, isn't 2400 is a strange time? It can be called 2400, and it can also be called 0. It's the hour at the culmination of the previous day, and at the same time, it's hour 0 as the next day begins. It's the dark hour. Beatrice! Maria suddenly called out happily and ran towards darkness. I've never heard of it as 2400. It's military time. It was almost as though Beatrice was somewhere in that darkness, and Maria was running up to her. As Jessica hugged her mother's corpse, as George Aniki stood there confused, I looked down the barrel of the rifle, gazing into the darkness. Isn't it 0 o'clock? It's both 24 and 0. Well, technically time stuff, IDK, yeah. Yeah, it's both. It's both 24 and 0. The space in front of Beatrice's portrait lay in that direction, but it's only 24 when it's 12. When it becomes 12:01, it's 0:01. The space in front of Beatrice's portrait lay in that direction, and the thing Maria was running up to was the portrait's subject. It's both. That's why Battler was talking about how midnight is weird, yeah. You've gotta be kidding me. This is just impossible. Whoa, Beatrice! Like I'd fall for something like this. Witches don't exist. I won't accept it. Battler is right. Something like you shouldn't exist because this is the human world. You think I could accept something that's not human? I definitely won't accept it. When I pulled hard on the rifle's lever, the cartridge was ejected, fell on the floor, and a new cartridge was loaded. Then I sighted the witch down the barrel. Maria turned around. Wow, god fucking damn it, Battler. Battler is racist towards witches. Yeah, what the fuck? Still clinging to the golden witch, she turned around.
Didn't I tell you it was meaningless? Mere lead bullets mean nothing against Beatrice.
Hashtag cancel Battler. Let's go Battler. Oi.
Humans are so stupid, aren't they?
I won't accept the existence of witches. Who are you? Just try moving one step. Just try moving one finger. I'll blast you away. As the witch, no, the witches laughed. Even the large clock in the hall joined in on their laughter. Well, that's a clip. Oh, that was a great laugh. Thank you. It was probably telling us that the time was 2400. It was both a tone telling us that we had reached the culmination of this day, and a tone informing us that all had returned to nothing. The rule that the witch would win when time ran out had already been revealed. We've been meaning to cancel Battler since minute 3 of this playthrough. It won't happen.
Battler.
Humans are so stupid. Maria, is that self-deprecation or are you not human?
Yes. George, Nissan, and Jessica.
Huh? That's just Elia's normal laugh. Hey! Oi.
The journey has ended and the witch has revived. See?
Okay, Maria isn't as fucked up for a child if in her head she had the idea that everyone would come back at the end. That's what I've been saying! Yeah, seriously, we've been saying it this whole time! The reason Maria is so firmly in the whole, like, witches exist thing is because her mom is dead and she wants to see her mom, and she also thinks, like, her mom will treat her better in the Golden Land and won't be abusive. And none shall be left alive. The witch shall praise the wise and bestow 4 treasures. I don't listen to Maria, she's a brat. Oi! One shall be all the gold from the Golden Land. One shall be the resurrection of all the dead souls. One shall be the resurrection of the love that was lost. One shall be to put the witch to sleep for all time. Sleep peacefully, my beloved witch, Beatrice. Poor Maria, yeah. You guys are so mean to Maria. Maria deserves the world. That means you don't listen to chat or Elio either, though. Yeah. Right, it's 2400. Why would Maria need a stand? She's in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. She needs to fight against people. Oh, what's this? The storm passed and the leaden clouds that had enshrouded the island for so long cleared away. From the rifts between the clouds, sunbeams shone, and yesterday's storm seemed like a lie. Just as someone had wished, the seagulls returned to the harbor once again and let their lively cries be heard. Afterwards, the police came and conducted an investigation of the scene. The corpses of the children, who were thought to have survived until the very end, were never found. However, because of the body parts that were discovered and the unimaginably gruesome nature of the scene, the police were forced to conclude that the chances of survival for any of the 18, even the children, seemed hopelessly dim. Just how gruesome was the banquet of the witch, and how beautiful was the Golden Land. They were the only ones who got to hear that tale. No tales were told to those humans who arrived after the banquet was over. The best they could do was imagine what might have happened during those 2 days. However, the witch was fickle. She made a point of leaving behind this tale, which didn't need to be heard, and it was allowed to spread. Then, many years later, a strange wine bottle that had drifted on the waves to the pier of a neighboring island was pulled out by a fisherman. Inside it was a thin, tightly rolled notebook fragment, written upon in cramped small letters. Written there was this tale: through the notebook fragment, people will finally learn the truth of the mysterious and riddle-filled 2-day period that started on October 4th, 1986. This incident was later called by many people, such as the Rokenjima mouse murders or the 18 killers of Rokenjima, through Delantis of the world known as the Witch Legend serial murders. Legendary occult claimed that it was the result of a mortal ceremony that sold out, and 2 mysterious days were safely embellished with a different interpretation of the story began to spread far and wide. However, not one of those interpretations reports the truth. Furthermore, while the notebook fragment describes the mysterious incident, it does not reveal the truth of what happened there. Or perhaps even the writer didn't know what the truth was. According to the writer, her name was Oshinomiya Maria. Incidentally, as a result of an all-out police investigation, part of Maria's body, a piece of her jaw, was discovered. It was one of the rare instances where a corpse was identified due to dental records. At that gruesome scene, there had been many body parts that couldn't be identified as belonging to any specific person, so it was probably fair to say that this jaw was an extremely fortunate find. Because this jaw had been separated from the body, the police judged her chances of survival to be hopelessly dim, even though none of her other body parts were found, or at least identified. And so let's conclude this tale with the final section of the notebook fragment that Ushinomiya Maria left behind.
At the time you have read this, I will probably be dead, although there may or may not have been a corpse. You have read this, please find out the truth. That's my only wish, Ushinomiya Maria.
And to this very day, the truth of the Witch Legend serial murders had not been brought to light. First game, Legend of the Golden Witch. Results. Ushinomiya Kraus died on the first twilight, chosen by the key of the Golden Land and offered up as a sacrifice. Ushinomiya Rudolph died on the first twilight, chosen as a key. Okay, that's all the same stuff. Kraus, Rudolph, Kirie, Rosa, Shannon, Goda. Ushinomiya Eva died on the second twilight, pierced through the forehead by the stake of Asmodeus. And Hideyoshi through the stake of Beelzebub. Kinzo, forehead gouged by the stake of Mammon. Hanon, gouged by the stake of Satan. Genji through the stake of Lucifer. Masawa through the stake of Leviathan. Nanjo through the stake of Belphegor. Beatrice survived on the ninth twilight, finally opens the door to the Golden Land. Natsuhi died on the ninth twilight. The witch praised her nobility and granted her the honor of a duel. George, missing on the 10th twilight after it acknowledges the existence of the witch and prostrated herself. The witch invited them to the Golden Land through Jessica, Maria, and George. Battler, missing on the 10th twilight. Will the witch invite this man who denied her existence to the Golden Land? The witch will praise the wise and should bestow 4 treasures in the Golden Land. Dead and chosen will revive the souls of the dead and the blood that have been lost. After all, no matter how large a mountain of gold that had been desired, it would have been out of the grasp. George chose his lost fiance. Jessica chose the boy she had liked and lost. Maria chose the lost love of her mother. Sleep beautifully, Beatrice. Let nothing disturb your slumber ever again. The winner is the Golden Witch Beatrice. Time ran out, and even when one of the 18 people could solve the riddle of the gold, all 18 died. When the seagulls cried, none were left alive. Umineko no Naku Koro ni 07th expansion presents Welcome to Rokenjima. When they cry 3. Maria, no! Rap God, wow. And this is why I go, wow, that's some Oh my god! Thank you for gifting 5 subs, Overtaker. Holy crap. Okay, you deserve it. I was going so hard for that. A Golden Witch has prepared a gift for you in commemoration of your stay. You can find these new features on the title screen. Okay, yeah, so it's like it's like Higurashi whenever you finish. Yeah, we got a tea party now. How long is the tea party? You better read the tea party now. I want to have a tea party. Purgatorio. Oh, And I think we reached the goal for drawing chat members too. So thank you, Overtaker. An hour at most. Okay. Hey everyone, congratulations on finishing Umineko no Naku Koro ni. I might do this next time then. Hold on. Yeah, because I am gonna be combining this with yesterday's Umineko, so I don't. Oh, no. Okay, I'll keep going. Oh, I'm not sure. Here, I'll keep going. I'll keep going. Does Beatrice appear in this? If Beatrice appears in it, I'll keep going. Because I want to see her sprite. She do? Okay. I'll keep going then. Man, I still didn't have a clue what was going on when the story ended. So, just what happened? It's also very plot important. Please read it. Okay. Was that basically the bad ending where time runs out before the culprit gets exposed?
Ugh. Definitely a bad ending.
I always loved these little sections with Higurashi where they were all talking about what happened. It feels like they're actors after performing a play.
Ugh.
That's right. I knew it was important, but I didn't think we'd see Beatrice. Yeah, that's right. Beatrice's letter, which Maria-chan read on the first day, did tell us in advance to solve the riddle of the epitaph. Oh, Beatrice. We were also busy trying to protect ourselves and look for the culprit that we didn't even take a shot at it.
Spotted.
That's right. In Higurashi, we had explanations, but not new characters. Yeah. If we had actually tried to solve the riddle, maybe things would have ended differently. I wonder about that. Shannon-chan, you did a good job too. God, this is such an old era VN thing. I love this shit. Like, you never really see this in VNs nowadays, I don't think. Yeah. But I remember this was a really big thing in Fate and stuff too. I love this sort of thing in VNs though. It's so fun. Yeah, VN should do this more again. You don't have to be our waitress and serve tea. After all, this is a rap party. As a group of people who met a horrible fate, let's all get along and lick each other's wounds. Lick. Shut up. Fuck me, the only other game I saw do this was Mogeko Castle. Speaking of a horrible fate, Shannon beats the rest of us hands down, doesn't she? Made. Cultured. Hashtag cancel battler. She was such a beautiful character, so I thought she'd definitely survive until the very end. But she was killed right in the beginning, and on top of that, what was it? Battler, give it a rest. We all died. Half of her face was smashed, right? That's the worst.
That was my role, so, there was no way around it.
No-san, it's nothing for you to worry about. Judging by the last epilogue, even Milady and the rest of them met an extremely tragic end. God, I miss Shannon and Kanon. It's so nice seeing them again. It seems so. I think I remember seeing this horrible picture. Kind of like my entire body had been eaten apart and dismembered. Speaking of which, don't you think Kanon's last moments were the coolest? Beatrice may be a witch, but she would totally eat my corner mix-ups. Even though he had the tables turned on him, it was a showdown with the culprit, right? It's a whole bunch better than our confusing last moments, right? Though, in the end, I was unable to get a solid hit in. Wow, they're adorable, right? Kanon and Shannon, best characters.
Still, I think Kanon-kun's death was a big hint. After all, because of that, the existence of the 19th person was made clear.
That's right. At that time, everyone's location was obvious. So, it was impossible for anyone other than some unknown 19th person to kill Kanon.
Ugh! I said it was Beatrice from the beginning, over and over! Ugh!
I don't want to believe it, but that does prove the culprit was a witch calling herself Beatrice.
That's right.
Shannon do be kind of breasting bobbly though.
There are many strange things that happened that a human couldn't do. Only a witch could do things like murdering Aunt Ava in that closed room. A human couldn't do it. Ugh.
Not only is the existence of a 19th person clear, but it's also obvious that this person holds a power that humans can't even imagine.
In that case, I don't think there's anything wrong with calling this person Beatrice.
We probably met at the very end. Met with the Golden Witch.
Like I kept saying, Beatrice exists! It all went bad because no one ever believed. Ugh! Even one of her witch friends says that miracles won't occur if you don't believe. Ugh!
That's right.
Beatrice-sama is generous to those who respect her.
Wait. Hold on. Wait, hold on. Yeah, I was just thinking that too, Twy. Where is it? Where was it? Where is it? Where's that line? God damn it. Yeah, miracles and stuff. Because that was the thing from Higurashi. Okay, it seems to me that Maria-sama was never a target of Beatrice-sama's wrath up to the very end, despite the horrible crimes that occurred one after another.
Well, Maria believed in Beatrice from the very beginning.
Shut up, Maria, we're talking. Yes, I do indeed use magic. It's called a gun with a silencer.
But if that's the case, how do you explain why you and the rest were all killed? You guys believed in Beatrice just as much, right?
Beatrice-sama probably had her reasons.
Huh. It's because Maria's baby, yeah. If the song of the epitaph represented Beatrice-sama's resurrection ceremony, many sacrifices were needed. You must simply have been designated to be one of those.
I'm gonna try work on some art, so I might be a little quieter for a bit. Yeah, no problem, Muggy. Good luck on the art. Shannon-chan, you met a horrible end. At the very least, I wish your death could have been more peaceful and pretty.
Well, it's not like it hurt. Anyway, right now I'm perfectly fine, so don't worry.
After seeing him stroke Shannon's cheek, which had been crushed during the story, everyone laughed out loud, smiling. Well, it feels a bit weird saying this, but I was sure this story would fit into the standard mystery genre. I'm a bit surprised to find out that it's a fantasy. After all, a Western mansion shut away from the outside world on an isolated island with an inheritance problem on everyone's minds. It sounds just like a typical mystery novel to me.
It's not fantasy! Beatrice exists!
Yes, we understand. Beatrice-sama does exist.
That's right.
It's not like it hurt. That sounds like the word to someone who's not dead.
That's right. Beatrice-sama does exist.
I really want to see people confront Kinzo saying, dude, what the hell?
I hate to admit it, but I've got no choice. Because it's obvious that 19th person, a witch, was involved.
Quick, who has the same shape as Shannon? That's a good question. I guess the closest would probably be Natsuhi? Many things happen that'd be impossible for humans. During the story, we tried to deny that in all sorts of ways. But now I can say it for sure. Each crime, every single one, would have been impossible for a human. It'd be impossible to carry out unless it was the witch Beatrice using all of the power magic could provide.
The culprit was a witch. That point's perfectly clear.
Long live Beatrice.
Everyone believe! I'm so glad!
Gods and witches might seem terrifying to people who are frightened of them. They're a bit too on the nose about it was a witch. Well, hey, they're like in the afterlife or whatever now. They just gotta accept it. I think they must be affectionate to those who believe in and respect them. I think you're right. So, this murder case game is finally over. Now's the time to pull ourselves together and try hard to solve the riddle of the epitaph, just like Beatrice said, right? Hi, what did I miss? Hi, Anamello! Everyone died!
I agree! Beatrice will definitely be happy.
Everyone ignored that letter during the story. Everyone died and we're on the after party! Yeah! Even though it was thrust right in front of us, we almost completely ignored it. I kind of feel sorry for Beatrice-sama.
I got the epitaph written down right here. Let's all solve it! Let's all solve it!
The story probably went wrong ever since that time. Yeah, everyone is dead party! Let's go! Blah, blah. That may be so. Maybe we should have tried solving the epitaph's riddle from the beginning, like Beatrice said. Very banger murder party, thank you, Vito. She's a great host. Well, it's a little late now. Even so, let's try solving it now and see if the witch forgives us. Let's go, let's try to solve the riddle of the epitaph. It was something like, behold the sweet fish river running through my beloved hometown. Banger, I hardly, never mind. Twy? Maria put her notebook on the table and opened to the page where the epitaph was written. Everyone stared at it, getting really into it as they started guessing this and that about the riddle. What is this? What the hell is this? Adam Sandler's Umineko no Naku Koroni. You know he would say it like that. Umineko no Naku Koroni. Oh my god. Surrounded by the smell of black tea and freshly baked vanilla cookies, they spent the time comfortably and happily. Well, this is very cheerful for the afterlife. Where are the skulls? Hold on a second, you guys. The battler spoke in a way that cut through the conversation. His expression looked a little unhappy. What could he not like about all of this fun? I've been listening to you guys for a while, but why did you all stop thinking? Why are you so sure that the witch was behind all this? Don't you realize something like that can't exist? With just those words, the happy atmosphere surrounding the tea party evaporated in an instant. God, Battler, you're harshing the vibes of our death party. Come on! George and Jessica, also base Battler magic denier. George and Jessica, and Shannon and Kanon, and Maria. All of them stared blankly, wondering what in the world Battler was talking about. Even the foolish, arrogant Battler realized that he hadn't chosen his words well. Because, bro, you are in purgatory. Isn't it clear that those crimes were impossible for a human? That's right, that's right. Magic is real. None of the cases have been possible for a human. Battler, the true base character. That's true. Beto, your bias in the writing is showing again, Elvie. After all, wasn't it full of things that humans couldn't explain? I don't understand what you're saying, Battler-sama. I'm the one who doesn't have a clue what you guys are talking about. Isn't it obvious that humans committed these crimes? There's no way something like a witch exists, right? Oh yeah, how did they die? So Nazi shot herself in the head, and then the others just kind of disappeared? Then, what about when I was killed in the storehouse and something horrible was done to half of my face?
Beatrice appeared and midnight came, and then they all died.
If the culprit was human, how could they have accomplished it? Well, it's hard to imagine how they did something that awful.
A witch did it, yeah. She killed them with magic.
But that was the Rose Garden storehouse, right? Oh, so no explanation. Yeah, they ran out of time and cut to credits. She was not visual scene, just mentioned at the last second. Yeah. I'm sure there were plenty of weird tools in there. Let's say they used some electrical tools like a grinder and an electric saw. Then, Battler, how'd you explain grandfather's disappearance from the study when it was a closed room? Yada yada, magic and stuff, does it? Even though the door was sealed, grandfather just suddenly disappeared, right? We talked about that during the story, too. It's not impossible that grandfather used some trick to fool the receipt. I called it that Natsuhi would die because of the gun in some way. It's also possible that he went out the window, fell down, and Natsuhi locked the window from the inside. I could think of a bunch of tricks you could use without relying on magic. That makes sense, but... In that case, Battler-kun, how'd you explain the way my parents were killed in the guest room? The door was sealed by the lock and the chain. Naturally, the window was sealed too. How do you think a human could have killed my parents? Well, we did have to leave that trick alone during the story. Anyway, there's at least a good chance the culprit had a key. It was possible to look in through the crack of the door that the chain allowed. I know this is a stretch, but it's possible some device was used through that crack. Like, maybe they stuck something through it? Well, even though a door chain is incredibly simple, it's a big factor in setting up a closed room. Still, there's probably some closed room trick they could have used. If you bought some closed room mystery novels from the bookstore, you'd probably find some trick that fit perfectly. Anyway, I can't think of one now, but I claim that there's nothing humans can't do if they try hard enough. Isn't that argument horribly irrational? It's just ridiculous to claim that it's possible for a human to do something, even though you can't explain how. Why is that ridiculous? Battler does not know about Occam's razor, for fuck's sake, of course it was magic. Why did all of you stop thinking? I'm gonna be honest, door chains are such a weak safety system, yeah. Even something that looks impossible has to be doable. Doesn't it always look like that? Battler, you're the one being ridiculous. Something was stuck through the crack in the door. Like a gun. It was Natsuhi. It was all Natsuhi. If you think a human could have done it, try explaining how. You can't, can you? Are you okay with saying the culprit is a witch just because I can't explain it? With that argument, all the unsolved crimes in the world could be resolved by saying a witch is the culprit. There's nothing humans can't do if they try hard enough, so... Can humans do magic by trying hard enough? Maybe. Checkmate, atheists.
Battler, you're sidestepping the issue, and you aren't explaining anything.
Checkmate, Battler.
We're saying a human couldn't have done it.
They would not think of that. They don't live in America and they don't have guns. I mean, Nazi's got a gun.
Therefore, the culprit is something that isn't human.
Battler has to do shit like a Danganronpa can.
And that something is a witch. And yet you keep arbitrarily deciding that witches are impossible even though you can't explain anything. It's almost like humanity was during the Dark Ages.
Maria calling out Battler's straw man fallacy. Based Maria. Based magic believer.
Like those fools who claim the heavens spun around the earth.
Battler, y'all are literally dead. There's clearly an afterlife. Would it kill you to accept magic just a little?
Those who said that the Earth couldn't be spinning, even though they couldn't explain why.
Holy shit, Battler got destroyed by a 10-year-old. Not even 10, she's 9. That kind of argument kind of pisses me off. I know, I haven't even played the game and everything is out of context for me. This is basically what you're trying to say. If I can't explain how a human can't do it, then I must accept that the culprit is a witch? The lack of evidence is not evidence itself, yeah. It's not like we're forcing you to go that far. We're just wondering on what basis you can say such nonsense. Nazi only has a gun because it's a Western household, but minus the American stuff out of it. Well, no, their dad, her dad, like, imported it from America. Like, this is still in Japan. So he, like, did some illegal shit to, like, bring it in. Nonsense? I feel like Maria is the one doing a straw man fallacy. Yeah, a straw man fallacy is to misrepresent someone's argument to make it easier to attack. Yeah. Hey, have I really been saying something that weird just now? Am I the one who's crazy? You guys are really starting to freak me out. Battler-sama. When I died in the boiler room, I was killed by a 19th person who shouldn't exist. Can you explain how a human could have done that? At that time, the locations of the 18 were well known. Even so, I was killed. We talked about that in the story as well, right?
Example, I like pancakes. Oh, so you hate waffles?
Kumasawa Ba-chan, for example. So yeah, straw man fallacy is just Twitter. She said she followed right after you and headed down to the boiler room, but we can't know for sure whether that was a lie or not. When the girl said long live Beatrice, I knew something was off. For all we know, she might have entered the boiler room with you and caught you by surprise. Yeah, he said then every unsolved crime could have been done by a witch, which isn't the argument they were making. Or maybe, when you stepped into the boiler room, you activated some kind of trap, one that might have been set up to hit you with one of those ice picks. After all, the stink of grandfather's body was coming from the incinerator. Someone was bound to go and check, so if the culprit just set up a trap beforehand, they could easily have stayed away from that place and used the time of Kanon-kun's death to create an alibi.
You talk about a trap in the boiler room, but what kind of trap could that be?
That's right. No, Kanon, you explain why a 19th person shouldn't exist.
Following his death, everyone immediately ran over to the boiler room.
I think I was behind it, just skip forward through everything when Ellie was explaining shit, dang. Oh?
But we didn't find any kind of weird device, did we?
Yeah, I was just quoting what Jackie said, yeah. Yeah, strawman fallacy is basically Twitter arguments. That is correct. Battler-sama, what kind of trap could I have been killed with? Well, I don't know that. But anyway, they must have used some kind of clever trap, or maybe someone's lying. Or what about this? Kanon-kun, what if the whole thing was just you play acting? That's it, you were play acting. Aunt Ava and Uncle Hideyoshi were also play acting. They made the closed room themselves and were only pretending to be dead.
Battler, has your head been, feeling okay? Should I bring some cold drinks?
Don't look at me with those pitying eyes. I'm not saying something that crazy, right? I'm just pointing out some possibilities you might find if you think of it all as a trick. Look, isn't it a pretty classic trick in mystery stories to have been one of the victims just be playing dead? I'm sure Ava and Hideyoshi were playing, not sure about acting. Wait, I just realized, why is it just them in the tea party? Yeah, why is it all the kids and Shannon and Kanon? Like, why Shannon and Kanon? Yeah. Like, the kids make sense because they all kind of, like, disappeared, so we don't know what happened to them. But, like, Kanon and Shannon? A classic trick? In other words, when Kanon-kun was killed, we knew for sure where all the rest of us were. Me, when I destroy half of my face, I'm just playing and acting. Let's assume that Kumasawa Ba-chan wasn't lying. But that's only counting the survivors. Yeah, where's the old people? Yeah, none of them are here. It's just the kids and Kanon and Shannon. What if the culprit pretended to be dead and joined a group of real victims so we'd lose track of them and then acted on their own later? Everything would be explained. Maybe because they're from the same age, like everyone below 20 or something? Huh? Ah, so the witch can only associate with a younger audience, like most corporate scum, SMH. So, are you trying to say that Aunt Ava or one of the others was the culprit? Oh no, it's just an after party / bonus content, guys. No need to take it so seriously, Jay. There's gotta be a reason Kanon and Shannon are the only ones here, other than the kids. But didn't Dr. Nanjo confirm all of their deaths as a doctor? It's because old people aren't real. Damn. That's right. As far as we know, the adults legit died while the kids were sent to the Golden Land, but that doesn't explain Shannon and Kanon. Yeah, Shannon and Kanon, we found their corpses. So... Dr. Nanjo checked all of the victims. I mean, Shannon can maybe be debatable, but even then they kept half of her face, like, undestroyed. And we know Kanon was dead because we found the corpse, like, immediately after. But then again, when you think about it too, like, Shannon was the only one that had a little bit of her face left, like, untouched. Like, everyone else had all of their faces fucked up. Like, are they being favored by Beatrice or something? That's, like, my thought. Like, maybe Beatrice has, like, a soft spot for these two? Because, like, why is it just Shannon that doesn't get her face fucked up? And, like, Kanon went out in, like, a respectful way. Like, he got to face off against Beatrice, so maybe she has respect for the two of them? Or maybe, like, she's associated with the orphanage, too. Like, maybe she sees them as, like, her kids or something. Yeah, that's right. Once you consider that Dr. Nanjo might have been one of the culprits and faked the proclamation of death, the whole story changes. Because it feels like this is very much Beatrice is writing this, and, like, Battler is coming into it and being like, hey, hold up, what is this shit? See, that's also a classic trick in mystery novels, isn't it? Yeah. Let's see. I don't think that some of these kids are real. Kanon is the only one who is explicitly killed by Beatrice, yeah.
But Dr. Nanjo was also killed, right?
Oh, sorry about that, like, Corey. See you later. About that. That's right. Dr. Nanjo faked his death. After all, there wasn't anyone except Dr. Nanjo who could examine corpses properly, and everyone was really confused then anyway. Beatrice likes mage-based. We didn't have any spare time to check and see if he still had a pulse. Oh, so Shannon's death also stands out. Yeah, she's the only one whose face wasn't completely fucked up. Like, half of her face was left untouched, which makes me think whoever did that to her didn't want to fuck her up completely. Like, that they had a bit of, like, a bias towards them or something? We didn't have any spare time to check and see if he still had a pulse. With this theory, any one of the dead people could have been walking around. Jessica's line of long live Beatrice really rubbed me the wrong way. Yeah, it feels like Beatrice is writing this.
I think it would have been hard for the 6 of us who died in the beginning to do that. After all, the shutter was closed, and there was a padlock that couldn't have been opened from the inside.
That's right. Let me see. But it's not just the Beatrice supporters. Where's Kinzo? And the other pieces of furniture? Maybe Beatrice just doesn't care about those ones? Like, maybe she thinks Kinzo is a freak. Mom was holding on to that key. Oh yeah, after this scene is over, you can end Umineko, even if I think there's probably a bit left, but it's fine. Okay. So, is Mom one of the culprits too? Wait, George wanted to be with Shannon again. Yeah. And Jessica had a thing for Kanon. Yeah. Wait a sec. Maybe it was impossible for the first 6, but in the case of Aniki's parents, the door was only locked on the outside. So they couldn't open it from the inside. Was Kanon the one Jessica had a crush on as a kid then? Yeah. Yeah. Also, when you think about it too, Shannon and Kanon both saw the golden butterflies. That's another thing that they have in common. They both saw the golden butterflies. Shannon saw it when she was closing up for the night before the deaths. Like, that was like the last moment that we saw of her alive. And then Kanon actually confronted the golden butterflies before he died as well. And the only other person that we know of that actually got in contact with the golden butterflies was Natsuhi. That's right. After we left the room, maybe they jumped out the window and got to the boiler room first. Yeah, Kinzo's death was never 100% confirmed. Yeah, they just, like, gathered it from, like, the pieces of, like, his clothes and stuff. And I think his toe was, like, an indicator, because he had, like, 6 toes or something. Is that too much of a stretch? Or maybe Dr. Nanjo made a mistake when examining the corpses? Look, he said it himself, right? Yeah, but where's Maria's mom's boyfriend? Gone with the wind. He went to go pick up milk and never came back. I didn't know she saw the butterflies too, yeah. He said there's a very high probability of making a mistake when examining corpses. I know the body, but there's still a chance of being a fake, yeah. It could have been someone else with 6 feet. With 6 toes. If you disguised it well enough or prepared a substitute body, you could fake your own death. Let's leave the method or trick they use for later. And you see, it's not that hard to deny a 19th person existed, right? In that case, yeah, we know exactly why it's those 6. It's the 4 survivors plus the people they asked to be with. Much less a witch, right? They were rewarded in the Golden Land. Magic exists. Ugh! At least that much is completely impossible.
I don't know why you've been trying so stubbornly to say that one of us is the culprit. In other words, you want to suspect one of your relatives?
That's not it. It's just, I can't easily accept that a 19th person existed. Even if one did, I think we should construct our argument from the point of view that the culprit was a human. I'll only accept that it's a witch in desperation at the very end, after everything else has been disproved. I mean, kinda has. There's no way witches exist, right?
Magic confirmed.
Why has everyone been casually accepting that the culprit was a witch? I think it's great how your family love makes you hate the thought that someone close to you is a murderer. But is it okay to let that fool you? Don't you want to find the detestable culprit who killed so many people? Aniki, don't you want to avenge your parents? Jessica, don't you want to avenge Kanon-kun? And Kanon-kun, don't you want to avenge Shannon-chan? Shannon-chan, you should at least want to know who it was that killed you. Why has everyone totally surrendered and decided that the culprit was a witch? What's wrong with all of you? The foolish and short-tempered battler tried to force his ignorance on the others and yelled at them. Also, this line of dialogue sounds very opinionated. However, everyone just looked at him pityingly, silently watching over him. Witches might exist, but devils may cry. Truly, the supernatural is a strange realm of possibilities that are never truly proven. At that time, the wise Maria laughed and pointed out Battler's mistake.
I'm shocked. All I see is you repeating this nonsense, thinking you figured something out, Battler. So?
Biko, stop being biased in the writing again. Sus. Yeah, a bit suspicious. Wise. Yeah, very, very opinionated writing here.
What's next? would a human do it?
Beatrice, continue being biased. We love unreliable narrators who favor themselves.
In practical terms, I mean... I imagine you'll just say, I just can't think of anything now. Or, with some kind of device, using abstract words to run away and evade the topic. What I really want to know, Battler, is this.
You're wrong, and Battler is wrong. If witchers did not exist, then what about Bayonetta?
Why don't you believe in Beatrice?
Bayonetta is a force of nature. Witches aren't real.
What?
What about Witch's Heart, then? Is Witch's Heart not real?
She exists, so why don't you believe?
There's only the power of friendship and the deep strength of spite. Because she doesn't exist. Attention, Bayonetters. Witches and magic are real. Witches don't exist. And Witch's House? Yeah, what about Witch's House? There's no way! Bayonetta retconned herself out of existence. It's almost like a spoiled child who just doesn't want to accept something. The pitying gazes quietly closed in around Battler, but they didn't reach his stubborn heart. Was there ever really a witch in Witch's Heart? There ain't no witch. You realize that you're acting just like a spoiled brat throwing a tantrum, right? Battler-sama, I understand your feelings, but... Beatrice does exist. She's just fighting a legal battle over real estate and jewelry. How dare you disrespect Lady Dorothy, the greatest witch to ever live! Okay, now I see where Witch's Heart got the whole thing for, like... Sirius is like the furniture people. Battler-kun, why don't you believe? Even though there's so much proof. Yeah, they're totally finishing each other's sentences. Why do they keep putting quotation marks around exist? Yeah. I don't accept the argument that the witch must have been behind everything just because I can't explain it. Does that mean that if you don't know how a light bulb shines, then magic is the cause? Is that it's Sirius Gibson with the metal chair? That's wrong, isn't it? There's nothing that can't be explained without magic. All of this about witches and magic is just abdication of thought. Sirius versus Ash in his conclusion, to be honest. You just surrendered and gave up because you don't understand what happened. Isn't that right?
Well, unsurprisingly, it looks like you alone won't believe no matter what, Battler.
Yeah, light bulbs are magic. IDK how that shit works. How many people does it take to screw in a light bulb? 0, buddy, because a witch did it.
If even a single person doesn't believe, the miracle won't occur. So, if you don't rethink your ignorant theories, the miracle, the magic, won't be completed.
For a bit, I thought it was just what Maria wrote, which they mentioned in the epilogue. Yeah. Whenever that happens. Now I see. I finally figured it out. So, in other words, you guys are trying to force me to say the witch exists, right? That's not enough to explain a few things. A lie that everyone accepts becomes the truth. Is that what this is all about? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I keep going on about this, but what you're doing is all useless. I refuse. You guys are all pressing me, and that's why it's all useless.
Why?
I'm stupid. Sirius's conclusion is the one that did come out. Ignore me. My opinions are incorrect because the fact that witches aren't real. Yeah. I think it was... Rulardo was the next one coming out, I think. Sorry, but why don't you let me spin the chessboard around one last time? You gotta stop spinning that chessboard, buddy. You're gonna get vertigo. Takes one Beatrice-sama to screw in a light bulb. You want to force me to accept that there's a witch. There's a really easy way. It's not the indirect way of saying it must be a witch because humans couldn't have done it. All you have to do is show me a witch doing it with magic. Furthermore, what Maria said earlier is what'll really dig her grave. It's okay. I figured you were probably thinking about Ash's conclusion. He said that if even one person doesn't believe, a miracle won't occur. But real miracles happen whether people believe in them or not. The miracle never happened, because Battler doesn't believe. Thanks, Battler. You ruined it for everyone. Thanks a whole bunch, you fucker. Even if I alone don't believe. So any miracles or magic or witches that exist only because I believe in them are downright lies. Useless. Muda 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 muda. Spin the chessboard, rotate it. You spin my chessboard right round, right round. Yeah, I'm here. What's up? No! The uneasy mood following Battler's ignorant rant. Stop saying that, Battler. You don't sound smooth. Was blown away by a very soft and light laugh. Do we finally get to see her? Rotate the chessboard. Who's gonna stop you? The cops? I'm starting to feel like it's a stable time loop. Shannon and Kanon died the way they did because of this happening right now. Whose laugh? Chapter 1 is meant to be the end of everything, but because this man is saying nuh-uh, the entire rest of the series is just Beatrice going nuh-uh? Do I understand that correctly? Maybe. I guess we'll see in Chapter 2. Battler was surprised. He had never heard that voice before. When he looked at George and Jessica, at Shannon and Kanon and Maria, he noticed that they had suddenly gone respectfully silent. There she is!
Beatrice!
There she is! Look at her. Look at those nails. Damn. What does she look like in the original? Cute. It's her! It's her! Holy Beatoris! Magic real! Bart! Everyone is simping. Checkmate, atheist. Magic is real! Magic is real! The Beatoris! The Beatoris is real! Oh, Beatoris! She is certainly bewitching me. Magic isn't real. My wife is. I don't think she likes people that don't like magic, Barn. How amusing. I haven't met such a charming human for quite some time. Who are you? Don't you even know the host of the tea party you were invited to? How amusing indeed. This is Beatrice-sama, the golden witch who has lived for 1,000 years. She called him charming and he doesn't believe in magic. Lies, Bun Bun. It is an honor to be graced with your presence, Beatrice-sama. Please forgive Battler Coon's ranting. Watch me deteriorate her existence by rejecting it. This guy's just stubborn, and he still doesn't understand the situation he's in. What a treat this is. Most witches get tired of living after the first 1,000 years. How nice it is to meet a man with backbone such as yourself every once in a while.
It is quite an honor to be present when Beatrice shows herself, Battler.
How astonishing. Are you really that desperate to make me believe that a witch, that a 19th person is the culprit? This is starting to get interesting. It's all useless. You must be the illusion that Maria and the others call the witch Beatrice. And you'll only be allowed to exist if everyone believes it. You have that kind of half-existence, right? That's why you want to make me believe, too. This man is getting destroyed by the second. You can't exist because I alone don't believe in you. Isn't that right? Your powers of comprehension aren't bad for a mere commoner who knows nothing of magic. Yes, it seems you are born with a strong magic-resisting power. You're a natural enemy of us witches. No matter how much we turn your world upside down, you never believe in us. This just in. Man ruins the murder mystery dinner party by not joining in the RP, more at 11. Therefore, the magic won't succeed. Okay, but Battler, are you saying someone who exists if you believe in her is not magic? I accept that attitude of yours. I've got no clue what you're saying. It's very kind of you to go to all that trouble of showing yourself to us. I don't believe you exist in the slightest. It's true that many strange things have happened during those 2 days. Like Maria said earlier, even though I think all the tricks could be explained, I still can't lay out the practical details of each one. However, that doesn't mean I'll surrender. I want Beatrice to call me a commoner. I'm different from the rest of them. Got it? I'm not like other boys. I'll never accept that it was the work of a witch just because I can't explain it. This keeps getting more amusing. She has the smugness of a god. I'm weak. She's perfect. Oh, Beatrice. Making you surrender will be worth my while. Public enemy number 1. You're just the kind of man I'd like to force into praising my name. I'd love to try making a man like you kiss my toes. Oh god, everyone's gonna lose it! Oh no, don't look at chat, Beatrice! She could cackle at me. If you want to talk nonsense, talk all you want. Oh god, chat is losing it! I deny you exist. I'll explain all these events with humans and tricks. There's no room for even a speck of magica witches. Him? Yes, hot witch, she's into it. Oh god, toast. Base Battler will never lick toast. Did somebody say toast? Oh no. Everyone's lost it. Yeah, yeah, you guys need to get bogged. You guys need to get bogged. Oh my god. Jesus Christ almighty Lord. I knew chat was gonna lose it. Especially when she said liquor toast. Yeah. Time to get bonked. Bonk time. Chat reflex streamer. She actually will show up in future episodes, not just the tea party. So good news. Oh, nice. Beatrice shows up for like 5 seconds and immediately the chat went feral. It was what we were expecting. Yeah, Beatrice is too powerful. She's too powerful. Yeah, get bonked, chat. Stop being horny. I subscribe to the cult of Beatrice. May she live forever. Without love, the magic cannot be seen. So that means magic is real, atheists. Bam! You gotta believe in magic if you love Beatrice. Wonderful! I mean, look at her. Her charm is magical. What a perfect way to divert oneself from 1,000 years of boredom. Chat really said kinda kinky. Then, let me ask you. Ooh, look at that face! Look at that smirk! Holy shit! What's it look like in the original? I like the new version a lot better. Then let me ask you. A short while ago, you said that using the crack in the door would be sufficient to kill Ava and Hideyoshi, right? Explain how they could have been killed using some human trick. I'm not a magic believer, but... Suddenly jumping right into the toughest part, are you? Oh god, oh no, she's hot. Does that mean this is the trick you're proudest of? Miss Real Culprit? Higurashi Wendei Neko. Hey there, Layla! Welcome! Ooh, nice particle effect. With a shake of her golden pipe, gentle, multicolored smoke trailed out of the end. Yandere witch smile. Oh no, I'll be real. I want more Shannon because maid. Same! Shannon, best girl! The smoke quickly obscured their surroundings. My awful and wicked daughter, whom I adore so much. And they were suddenly in the hallway of the mansion. The door in front of them, slightly opened but secured by the chain, was... That's right, it's the door to the room where Ava and Hideyoshi were killed. She was the only one with normal boobs. Insane. Your daughter is great, you must be so proud. Nice trick. Great news for future episode! Yeah! I want to see more Shannon! Very well. Show me what you would do through the small crack, Battler. Never wanted to be a pipe so much in my life. Go hydrate! They probably had some device to shoot those ice picks. If they use that, how would they reach Ava over on the bed when you can't see that far through this crack? Maids, Beatrice, this tea party is too powerful. And so here, the entire Starry Bunny Boy chat and streamer were disintegrated due to the pure power of both of these factors in one room. And how would they reach Hideyoshi in the bathroom with the door shut? Damn. Multicolored smoke from a pipe? She's the caterpillar. There's a crack. Show me what you would do through the small crack. Don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. What were you gonna say? There should be some way. She's destroying his facts and logic with facts and logic. She's the perfect woman. If you can't think of one, allow me. Oh? How would a witch do it? She should be modded into Ace Attorney. You just want to get whipped by her. You want to mod her into Franziska. I know your game. Come on, let's see your little trick.
Battler, you're being rude to Beatrice.
How nice, how nice. What a charming man. That will make it even more fun to force him into submission. Oh god, chat, look away. Don't read that. I was absolutely not gonna say I would do to her what Uncle Hideyoshi did to Aunt Ava. You really want to make me kiss your toes that much? Only if I surrender. But watch. Elio, thank you, correct. Hashtag cancel Battler. Oh god! Yeah, another bonk chat. Another bonk chat. Battler will never be a sub. I have faith in him. Oh god, please, me. Yeah! I am a Battler believer. Y'all. My god. Y'all down bad. I'll definitely expose this trick, and then I'll make you kiss my ass instead. What a delightful man. Are y'all canceling Battler for not respecting women enough, or because you're jealous? Because they're jealous. I'll remember that promise. Weak witches kiss the behinds of demons to gain power. Because there's no more humiliating oath. Just being told that makes me want to force you into surrender. Paying no mind to Battler's worthless ranting, Beatrice once again shook the golden pipe. Listen, I canceled Battler because he's terrible. Yes. Oh? I'm too much of a switch for this. Oh my. That's right, that golden pipe was her precious magic cane. Come, arise, children. I am the guide of purgatory. Forgive the deadly sins and hold the 7 stakes. Listen, Jackie. Battler was gonna touch Shannon. I want Beatrice to touch me. We are not the same. Guided by those magic words, which sounded like a command, 7 stakes gathered. I may be down bad, so down bad in fact that I'll look at the abyss and the abyss will blush at me. Okay, I'll hydrate. They were the stakes of the 7 demons, symbolizing the deadly sins of sinful people. Beelzebub and Asmodeus, come, forgive the sins. Release the spirits of the sinners. What? The pigs of Beelzebub and Asmodeus responded to Beatrice's call. The 2 stakes of the demons were sucked in through the crack of the door, like billiard balls struck by a cue stick. Listen, Beatrice finds it exciting to break down strong people. These are the terms and conditions of sea cat when they weep. Then several scattered noises refracted through the wall, making a sound like a woodpecker. I'm hungry, I guess. Me too. My stomach's been growling. At the end, a pleasant sound could be heard. I'm not strong, so she won't want to break me down. Oh, there's that laugh again. There's a small, satisfying sound, like the one heard when someone is chopping firewood and the falling axe neatly and easily slices through the wood. There's the sound of the two picks burying themselves deep into Ava and Hideyoshi's foreheads. That sound wasn't pleasant. I can't do it. I can't do that. Laugh. Right down the middle. Want to see? They've definitely heard two sounds like a pair of foreheads being split open. Hope y'all like that ahaha.wav sound effect, because it's gonna get spammed so much. Butler wasn't permitted to see it, since he was on the other side of the door. But those two had died again, and the second time, they lay not an inch apart from where they had lain the last time, with the exact same blood spray as before. Now to reveal my hidden fun fact, she is based off Beatrice from Dante's Comedy, and the stakes are a reference to Dante's Inferno. We'll meet another character from the Divine Comedy later. Oh! You moron! That's insane! I'm still mad that Battler wasn't just named Dante, like, come on. You think you can just kill them like that? I can kill them. I can kill them just like this. Suddenly, they were no longer in the hall, but seated at the tea party they had started from. Everyone but Battler was sitting meekly, but Kanon was moaning, fresh blood dangling from his mouth. What a rude thing to do at a tea party. Speaking of Dante, I beat DMC 30 minutes ago. Wanted to say, Jesus Christ, bud! I guess you really got into the game. Satan's stake was buried deep into Kanon's chest. Kanon was moaning. Beatrice does that to people. Oi! Kanon-kun! Ito, stop being biased in the dang writing. Kanon-kun! Damn it! Battler was the only one getting agitated. George, Jessica, Shannon, everyone else was meekly hanging their heads like students being yelled at by their teachers. Kanon was captivated by a trifling anger and tried to disturb my banquet. Being easily captivated by anger is your deadly sin. Cleanse yourself, repent, and do it over. Beatrice-sama... I mean, Beatrice killed Kanon, aren't I correct? Yeah. True. Beatrice-sama? Kanon falling on the floor is understandable when Beatrice is in the room, but please be respectful. Please forgive him. I think Kanon-kun has repented enough. Wonderful. Kanon's sin is wrath, mine is lust. Go hydrate. I am generous to those who respect me. Don't screw with me! For real, don't leave a mess, my guy, come on. Do you think I'll accept your existence because of this cheap act? Like hell you're a 1,000-year-old witch! Your tricks aren't 1,000 years old, they're just the sum of a century of classic tricks from the mystery genre. There's no such thing as magic. Now those are Bob's? Definitely not. All other crimes can be explained with humans and tricks. Yeah, that's right. She's generous to those who respect her. I'm generous to those who respect me. What if I want you to be rough to me? You would explain my 1,000 years with 100 years of humans. Good, good. This is precisely why I've taken a liking to you. As long as you're respectful, I believe she'd be willing to accommodate. Foolish Battler. Cut it out, Battler-kun.
It should have been me!
Y'all are so jealous of Battler.
It's not fair!
You can't go against the witch. This is strange. I started stream at 9k points. Why am I at 1.5k? The world will never know. Definitely not because you were simping or anything. Shannon started moaning, holding her cheek. Maybe she has a toothache. But apparently it wasn't a toothache after all. A slight redness spread across the cheek Shannon was holding. I started at 3k. I've been in an economic recession lately. It looked like that redness was causing Shannon unbearable pain. Her fingers were pressing in against her cheek, and drops of sweat appeared all over her body. Shannon. Shannon! Hang in there! Hang in there! What's going on? Damn it, what the hell is that red stuff? Toothache. She's just like me, for real, for real. It expanded rapidly, covering half of Shannon's face. Then, the stupid dunce battler finally— yeah, this is fucking— this is Beatrice writing it. The stupid dunce battler finally realized. Please, Battler-kun! Oh, the insight the narrator shows. Please believe in Beatrice. I can redeem for people if they want. Don't redeem for our dehydration's sake. I beg you. Cause you won't believe. Cause you won't believe it. The magic is dissolving. For the first time in his life, Battler heard that sound, like a pomegranate splitting. The red sprite even landed on Battler's face. For Shannon's face had been split in half. Their last horrible moments in that storehouse were repeated once again. Shannon! Shannon! Damn it! Damn it! Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Don't humiliate the dead! Don't humiliate the dead! This time, the redness spread across George's entire body. So that's why they were insisting to believe in Beatrice, yeah. Because I guess I want to come back to life. It's like the beautiful cloud drawn by milk when it's poured into black tea. It spread out and extended across his entire body. As it did, it seemed to give George increasingly greater pain. Looking at this bizarre spectacle, Battler was petrified, as he frantically thought with his pitifully clumsy imagination. Oh no, I was AFK, what happened to Shannon? She got killed! Battler is a base non-believer. They're reverting back to their state from before they came to the Golden Land, aka dead, yeah, cause channel points when Beatrice shows up, not stonks. About the nature of the strange death George and the rest were experiencing. Eventually, that redness reached the nearby Jessica as well. Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! What did Aniki do? Beatrice, in this narration, you see, stupid Battler. I drew you as the Virgin and myself as the Chad, so that means I'm right. What did Jessica do? Just stop it! Battler, don't let the witch break your spirit. Deny her, erase her. As long as at least one person denies her, she's an illusion that can't exist. Are you okay, Jessica? What? Aniki? George was no longer recognizable as a human. He looked like the pile of leftover meat after the good, delicious meat had been scraped off to be cooked. The only thing that even resembled a human was the shape of his lower jaw and ribcage. It was clear that Jessica, who was covered with a steadily strengthening redness, was approaching the same fate.
Battler!
Who needs Battler drawn as the Virgin? I'm here, Beatrice.
If we believe in Beatrice.
Let's go. Jessica supports Battler's denial.
If you don't, everyone's magic will dissolve.
Maria, it's all over your body too. Oh no, I was looking for a PNG of Beatrice for reasons, and I found casual Beatrice. She's too powerful. Oh? I revive all the dead with my magic. But as long as you don't believe, that magic will hold no true power. Isn't my daughter so fashionable? She's the most fashionable. Oh? But I'm sure that a man like yourself won't surrender to something like this, right? Battler! We didn't want to doubt our friends. Battler, don't let Maria die. We refused to face reality and gave in to the witch.
This is why you believe the magic is real.
See, Battler ruined it for everyone because he didn't believe. Yeah, come on, Battler. Believe in magic. In a young girl's heart. Then music can free her whenever it starts because it's magic. Ooh, ooh. But Battler, you won't give in to the witch. Jessica! No! Poor Jessica met the same end. Just like George. She ended up like a butcher's leftovers. Wonder if this is an allegory for something, huh? George and Jessica were now so destroyed, melted and mixed up, it was impossible to tell them apart. I believe in Beatrice supremacy.
Battler, don't cry.
You didn't chase the truth and decided to hide in the comfort of superstition.
Beatrice will restore the dead over and over. So there's nothing to be sad about. So even if we die, we're still just fine.
The redness began eating into the whole of Maria's body. The foolish Battler watched and screamed. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you. Okay. I think I'm gonna end there. Oh hey! Look at this! Everyone's dead! Everyone is dead! Missing, even though she was given a precious invitation to the Golden Land, a single fool refused to believe in the witch, and all of the magic disappeared. She was then chewed to bits by demons and went to hell. Oh, we're almost at the credits? Oh, okay. Let me read this, anyway. Missing, even though everyone was getting along so well after being reunited in the Golden Land, all of the magic came to nothing because of a certain hard-headed fool. Afterwards, the demons chewed him to the bone and he went to hell. The fool made the world where everyone could be happy all come to nothing. Though Beatrice is extremely angry, she also seems to be enjoying herself immensely. It's almost as though she waited 1,000 years to get her hands on a toy as fun as this one. Hopefully even this fool will be able to see you before too long. Missing. In the parlor, her cap had a weapon sticking out of it and her face has been smashed. And 8th Twilight oh yeah, we never did read on these guys when they got killed. So... what was that? Is the other butler not in here? Let's see this guy. I guess they don't. Oh, there he is. And a weapon resembling an ice pick sticking out of his stomach and his face has been smashed. But the 6th Twilight gouged the stomach instead. Okay. And then Nanjo. His face has been smashed. Okay. All my friends are dead! Ray Fairy Tale. Okay, I'll keep going if we're right near the end. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you. A witch? Magic? I risk my body and soul to deny you. No matter what happens, I can't accept you. Now that you've gone so far to piss me off, I'll never forgive you. Genji is below Beatrice. We're all below Beatrice. I won't forgive. I won't forgive. I definitely won't forgive you. You'll regret making me Yoshida me a battler your enemy. I'll deny you no matter what. No matter how baffling things get. It can all be explained by humans. I'll erase every cell of you from this world. Well said. I'll never forgive you, Battler. Battler, was it? That's just the thing to divert me from my 1,000 years of boredom. Come explain. Try explaining it all with humans and tricks. And learn how lowly humans are. Let's see if what humanity has built up in 100 years can oppose my 1,000 years. That's what will make forcing you to submit so pleasant. So tell me, you who call yourself Battler, what about Maria's letter? Let's go, Battler. Erase her from existence. How the 6 were killed? Okay, but like, the theme is such a bop. It really is. This song is so good. The shutter. Death ray. The receipt seal. I have an idea to help with your boredom, Beatrice. The closed room with the chain. I just realized chat will get horny if you played Bayonetta. Yeah. For sure. Kanon in the boiler room. Genji and the others in the lounge. Not to be suicide. The riddle of the epitaph. The location of the hidden gold. Yes, Battler. Why don't you show me the power of humans? I just associate Bayo to Smash the game. Bayo isn't it, Chief? Bayo turns you off firstly. Really? What's bad about her? I associate Beatrice to Smash. Twy, go hydrate! Graphic system debug. Okay, so these are credits. Molly and scripter, that's what they use to program this in. Effecto. Aru chemisto. Opening movie. Opening tema. Umineko no naku koro ni. Mitose noriko. Vocal and chorus. Akiko? Okay, I'm not gonna read this. Can I skip this? I can't skip it! Nothing bad, I'm just not a fan. Nothing's wrong with her, but when she is too much, then it's too much. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, her whole outfit is made out of hair, dude. I would likely avoid Bayonetta streams because I have opinions that would make me be miserable to be around LMA. Yeah, I'm not even sure if I would even stream Bayonetta, to be honest. Oh yeah, the music was supposed to play during the credits, but IDK why it's not looping. Weird. Skipping. Elio, I always like the credits. Wants to skip? I mean, we're not at the end of the game. Okay. Don't get me wrong, the game itself seems super fun. I do want to play it. Alright. We finished the tea party. Additions of new elements. Question mark has been added. The gauntlet has been thrown. You can find this new feature on the title screen. Okay. Welcome to the tea party for those who are not human. Yeah, okay. The question mark is important, but you don't gotta read it right now. Okay. Yeah, we will do the question mark next time then. Next time. We've been going on for a while with Umineko. So I am gonna go on a break. I'm gonna get something to eat, because I've been kind of starving. Gotta find something around the house to eat. And then we will play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne.